I'm not doing that because I want to take long showers with you assholes.
Ain't you them kids that have been quacking off in my tool shed?
By a bunch of fargan ice holes like yourselves.
Yeah, well, listen, you ought to ditch the geeks in the car with now and get in with us, but that's all right. We'll worry about that later.
Oh my God. There's 100 morons in my basement.
It's you, Larry.
Lollygaggers. Diamond dogs have struck again.
No, they could be a lot worse.
Why did you kiss my ear? Why are you holding my hand? Where's your other hand? Between two pillows. Those aren't pillows.
4 of us wolves running around the desert together in Las Vegas, looking for strippers and cocaine.
1, 2, 3, Benchwarmers!
Live from Scott's parents' basement, this is the Basement Benchwarmers Podcast.
Happy Labor Day weekend. The Basement Benchwarmers back. It's as the title of the show, it's 'tis the football season. See what I did there? Sing, sing, sing. See what I did there, guys? You know, tonight, Ed,
and that's it. That's our best show yet.
That's it. Pack it up. Right. Send it to the Emmys. Tonight, Ed and Tim are here, and myself, Scott. We're going to talk about the NFL, make some predictions. We also have, I don't know, good, bad, and the ugly. We'll get that. And we forgot to do almost last week. Did at the end.
Yeah, we had to jump back. And then nobody listens to the end of our show. Yeah. Really, nobody listens to that 7th or 8th hour.
Right. Wow, a long show last week. How many? What you guys have, like 6 guests or something?
It just was us two, and then Willie got here. Willie did get here late. And we started talking more, so it was like it was like 2:10, 2:20.
We took a nap after hour 3.
And really, we didn't have much to talk about. But we ended up with a ton to talk about. It was weird. You know how it always goes that way. We talked about fantasy last week, so maybe we'll get a few takes on you for fantasy. You can throw if you want. Okay. It's up to you. Later, remind me. Right. Jace is going to do a new little segment he recorded for us tonight. It's on high school football. Nice. Kenosha high school football, just some scores and stuff for the week. Right.
Can we get him to do a college cheerleading one? That would be sweet for me and Timmy.
Texas. University of Texas.
Yeah, I've been to the NCAA tournament.
So let's start off how we start every week. And how was this past? How have you guys been the last week? Ed?
So George Burns goes on the Oprah Winfrey show.
He's still alive?
No, he's got a joke for you after. He'll tell you a joke.
I can't tell that joke.
He'll tell you the George Burns joke later.
Think about all the shit we say on here. I can't even come close to telling it on here.
Nope.
So. Anyways, Jimmy Buffett passed away the other day. Yes, so, and I've been, Timmy, you've been to shows, right?
No.
Oh, you haven't?
Never have either.
Really?
The one show I was supposed to go to, it rained, and the people we were going to go with didn't want to go.
Oh, I've been to like 5 shows. I mean, not a lot compared to most parrot heads.
I've always wanted to go.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun, especially when we were a little younger, right? I mean, I was texting with Jeff Olson because he went to a bunch. I was like, were you there at Alpine? We were playing wiffle ball in the parking lot. They got a little crazy, and he's like, no, I don't remember. Like, probably, and it's, we're going back and forth. So we had some good time. Lots of titties. I had a gay police officer hit on me.
Get out.
No. Huh? Another guy dressed up in a banana suit come up. Yeah.
Was it a chocolate banana?
No, it's just a regular old banana.
Beat me to it.
What a loser.
Right?
So, yeah.
No nuts.
So I know I have an open invitation in Belize to this guy's farm. So, I've never taken him up on it yet. All the times I've been down there. So.
The Jimmy, I said this today. I did see Eric today. Eric, I did a draft of him today. He's unable to make it tonight. But I did say to him, was it him or Ray to Jenny? I said it to. I can't remember. But isn't he the guy? You think of people, who would you like to be if you could be somebody? Or I think Jimmy Buffett's the guy. I really do. The life he lived. Oh, he just lived in the life he lived on the water. He's on the beach all the time, and he was like the Grateful Dead, but more laid back, I guess.
And his songs you could listen to without going to sleep.
I mean, I'm not saying he was, but you think about it. I mean, you all talk about athletes and stuff, but he's kind of a guy. He was always I seemed like a nice guy. I don't know the guy, but
he's a dick. He was a dick. Actually.
Was he really?
Yeah, he was very particular. Like if you did security for his concerts or something, like when he was doing the what do they call it, like sound checks. If he saw anybody like taking pictures or doing anything, he would like stop it. And he was the guy that I want 12 blue jelly beans, and he was that guy.
I'd like to live maybe his life, but I'd be me.
But exactly.
But
So what's the difference?
Yeah.
I only asked for 14 M&Ms.
Yeah.
These aren't green.
I'll give Jimmy
Where's
Buffett.
my chocolate covered bananas?
This guy's he's a dick. He was a very liberal, supported a lot of, wacko Democrat causes and stuff. Made a lot of people happy though with his music.
Yeah,
I'm going to say I've been to, a bunch of his concerts.
Party atmosphere.
Always had a good time. He always put on the show. He went up there and sang the same fucking 18 songs every time.
Hey, you got your niche, do it.
And it was awesome every time. It was, I just saw him. I mean, probably about 4 years ago, they were like, last concert ever. Of course, he's done some.
Sure wasn't Kiss.
Exactly. That's about. And it kicked ass. I mean, you go up there, he's got the screen, you're watching the surfing in the background, they're singing the same songs,
Right.
And it's just
so almost like a Dead show.
It's a great the Dead play too many different songs.
And I bet you've seen them. You never have, Tim. You said
no.
I'm gonna bet you would say it's probably not even one of your top 10 concerts you ever seen, but the atmosphere was cool.
Oh, the atmosphere's top
the
5.
Concert was solid.
Sure.
I'm sure it was decent and fun.
Oh, it's always
but
fun.
You're not gonna put it up there with your best you've seen, probably.
I mean, you're out in the parking lot, you're walking around, especially like at Alpine, where it's kind of the Wild West out there. Especially years ago. And there's people walking around with squirt guns with rum in them, and there's, it's fun, there's titties all over there, it's like New Orleans, you throw beads and, you get, that's fun.
Yeah.
But now the women are getting they were getting a little old the last couple times.
Fins to the knees.
I've been to Dead shows at Alpine. You see girls peeing behind vehicles,
Sure.
or pooping. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't
Both.
look. Well, I see them squat. I'm like, I'm done. That's where I draw the line. But Jimmy Buffett, it's a fun time. It's a lot of, professional people.
Sure.
Last time we were there, we parked next to a firefighter and, a teacher, and it was a fun time.
Yeah. Blue collar.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
He brought the concerts.
turn on your microphone.
He brought the concerts to Wrigley Field.
Oh, did he?
He was the first
He was
person.
the first one.
Yep. And then they started doing it after him.
Huh.
He was. They posted for him, and he was like the person to start the concert series at Wrigley Field. We're deepened by the sadness of the passing of Jimmy Buffett, and they had it on the marquee all day.
Nice.
Jace has joined us. If nobody noticed.
Scared the shit
Yeah,
out of
he's
me.
obviously the smart one here. So, great career. I posted some stuff of shit making fun of him, kind of his whole niche, to being the beach guy.
Yeah.
Oh, they're giving away free merchandise. Yep. Jimmy Buffett, his team is.
Oh, really?
They posted, go here's this code, put it in, everything's free.
Yeah. He was a scuba diver, a pilot. He's a, like you said, what a great life. The guy lived to 76, cruising around the islands, fishing, scuba diving.
The Keys.
Yeah. So,
Tim, how was your week?
Week's been good. Golf. So doing a golf trip next week. So I spent the day picking out clothes and packing.
And where was that now again?
Doing the Shawano area. We're going to Cecil. We're going to Clintonville. All around that area, like within an hour of that
Looks
area.
like the weather's gonna cool down a little bit too.
I don't
for next
care.
weekend. So
next
so.
weekend.
yeah, should be nice.
Yeah.
You going for 4 days?
4 days.
Nice.
Leaving Wednesday night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because my buddy Jerry's got a cabin up there, and I'm actually staying at the casino Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go up Wednesday and get started and drink and eat and
We should probably start that tonight.
Yeah. What's that?
Drinking.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So yeah, not a whole lot. So played pets for the first time like all year. No, not all year. I think since April for 18 holes. So golf league is like front or back nine.
Yeah.
It's weird, like actually playing both nines, and being pissed off on 8, 9, and 17 and 18 on the same day. So
nice.
Yeah.
Got through the soccer tournament last weekend. That was all finished up. I think we talked about that last week. We did the show right on Monday.
Oh yeah, we did Monday.
So we did talk about that. Nothing special. Same old, same old. School starts tomorrow or Tuesday. I'm sorry. So I was back in school. I got the.
I'm already in school.
Yeah, I got the Bears Packers game next weekend. Going out for the weekend. We're staying on Saturday, Sunday. So
Nice.
wait, yeah, we won't have a show before then. I'm all whack with days and stuff.
Right.
So that's coming up, and so Yeah, let's start off like I always start after we get going here, the good, bad, and the ugly. And let's start out. Whoever wants to start. Who wants to start tonight? Tim?
I'll start.
You pick a good, bad, or ugly. Your call.
We'll start with the good.
Okay.
All right, my good is Javier Assad.
What the hell is going?
Where are you going?
That's why you're never invited.
I remember my first podcast.
Hang your headphones up. Kind of. Oh, okay.
Again, I remember my first podcast.
It was ESPN calling him. Are you still watching? Because you're the only one.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's all right. My good is Javier Assad. His last 5 starts is basically, in my opinion, pretty much saved the Cubs season. So his last 5 games, he's 2-0 with a 1.62 ERA over 33.1 innings. He's earned 6 runs, 24 Ks, and 8 walks. So when someone needed to step up, he's been the man. So he's my good.
Have the Cubs maybe not finally, because they obviously won a World Series a few years back, but have they finally maybe did like a Giants thing at maybe hitting that, or a Cardinal thing where they're getting pitchers now maybe, and they're not paying a bunch of money, and they're on their staff, and they're here, and
they got 3 right now.
That's what I'm saying. It's guys they can use, and it's like these aren't guys they went out and paid for. Like the Lester thing was a great sign. Don't get me wrong when they got him.
They needed something, right?
But I mean, this staff right now is from day one to now. This staff is a pretty good staff, and they're. I'm gonna dare to say they're, for starters, I would put them up against the Brewers right now. I think close to it.
Right.
I mean, that's why they're in this, and they actually outpitched them in 2 games. Now, of course, they had split the series in Cincinnati.
2 blown saves in the 9th.
Yeah, and that's the problem.
Otherwise, they would have won. They should have won all 4 of those games.
Did what's name blow it?
Who?
The closer, Alaz.
He blew it yesterday, and then
Leiter was
Leiter,
2 days ago.
Yeah, and then
Kua.
Well, Leiter was gassed. So what the fuck was he doing in there in the 9th inning then?
Yeah.
You know, like you had 2 other pitchers that were available.
I know they could have been. They would be within probably about a game and a half of the Brewers right now. If they, but that might cost them the season right there. You know, of taking the division.
I mean, did the Brewers win today?
I have no idea.
So the Brewers, look at this. Think about this. The last 10 games, I think the Brewers and Cubs are like
even pretty much.
Yeah, and it's the sad thing is the Cubs are playing like before they got to that series, when that series ended with the Brewers.
Right.
They were like 8. They were both 8-2. So the Cubs were on fire, and the Brewers were just on fire more. It was crazy.
Against better teams. They beat Texas,
and I give them credit. Yeah, Brewers. It's crazy. I'm sitting there going, they can't. It's Brewers always, and it's their lineup's not very good at all. I don't care what people say, but they're winning baseball games, and the Cubs are doing the same thing. But their lineup I think is better, a little bit. I'm not saying they're like Dodger good lineup, or Atlanta Brave lineup.
Right. Like, I did saw a stat today that since August 1st, the Cubs are 13-1 in 1-run games.
That's huge.
You know, yeah.
Well, it couldn't have been since the last 2 days. So.
No.
Now they're 13-3.
Right.
Jeez.
But I saw that
you got to win those games. Yeah.
Right.
But I give them credit. They've built. I mean, it's crazy how this team has changed.
Right. And they have a top 10, top 5 farm system. So I mean, they're going to be an interesting team the next few years with who they can call up, who they can trade.
Yep. And the interesting that's the thing. They're gonna have to to win the major leagues, you have to do a Lester type move or something like that to be competitive at the end of the day. I think I really do. Right. To win the World Series. I think you need that. And I think they take all these guys and go get a closer, go get something. I don't care. But to solidify something that you can say, okay, we like this, we need to make this better.
Right. Absolutely. I
mean,
I think Bellinger's coming back next year. I think
50-50.
I do. Like
we'll see. And I'm going to look at it this way: if the Cubs make the playoffs, if this is a big thing when it happens to players a lot, I want to see how he hits in the playoffs.
Right.
If he goes in the playoffs and does an 0-4, and you know what? If they get swept, it could happen. I mean, they're a young team.
Yeah, they might only get
and the whole
one
team,
game.
it's like crap. But let's say they, are competitive and they lose, and everybody else hits the ball decent, but he's terrible. I mean, that kind of shows you in a way. I mean, and I like Bellinger. I want him back.
Right.
But there's 4 other teams. They say Vine, Cubs are 1. I think they said Padres.
Why would you go there?
The Yankees,
right?
Of course.
Again.
And one more. The Giants maybe again. The Giants seem to always want players Cubs have.
Right.
It's the weirdest thing.
Right.
It's really strange.
Yeah.
I don't. It's always the same teams involved. It's weird.
Right.
Well, I wouldn't be too worried about those 3 teams. I mean, you got to figure the Padres are out. I mean,
Well,
Right.
the Padres have to go to clean space to get him because they
Right.
can't just
They're
keep
gonna-
adding these money pieces.
Right.
well, you got to figure Soto's going to be gone.
Yep.
Now that's a guy.
Trade him.
Right.
Soto for Bellinger.
Well, I mean, if you can afford, I mean,
So
well,
for Suzuki.
yeah.
but the thing is, their outfield, they're gonna have Pete Crow now. We were talking about this with
Right.
Pete Crow.
And, they got 2 other outfielders
Yeah.
as well.
They got
I mean,
Hap, they got Suzuki, they got Bellinger,
Well, they've got another guy.
and
at
all their
AA.
prospects are outfielders. I
Yeah.
mean, it was Brennan Davis. He's obviously dropped way down for some reason.
Right.
Can't,
Pete Crow obviously is the guy coming, and he might be coming this month. They're saying there's a
Right.
good chance.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
the rosters expand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the other outfielder? There's one more in their system.
Starts
not-
with an A, I think.
not Alcantara.
I just saw a thing. They were talking to him. I just
Right.
watched it.
Not Owen Casey.
No.
They have a lot
You're
of
right.
outfield prospects.
There's another
There's another
outfielder
guy,
that's
I can't
on the
think of either.
brink too.
Right.
I think possibly.
Right.
So, and that may.
and then all the rest are shortstops.
And let's just be honest. Say Pete Crow Armstrong comes up, and hopefully it works out. He comes up, plays, hits the ball well. But he's not a big power guy yet.
Nope.
No.
Hits the ball well though. He puts the ball. He's doing stuff right. Does that make it easier to just say, well, we don't want Bellinger? I know Bellinger has power.
No,
I
you
would
want
still
Bellinger on a corner.
Yeah,
Right.
and Bellinger's
Or
got
first
that,
base.
and he's a
First
left,
base.
and he's a
Right.
lefty too.
Right.
That's huge.
Right. Put him at first base. That fills 2 needs.
Oh yeah, yeah, and I'm
Yeah,
fine
I
with that too.
agree.
And you know what? That's where people spend monies. The
Right.
monies,
Monies.
the money,
Right. Do you have the
monies.
monies?
It's lots of money.
when you don't have the
Monies.
monies, right.
Yeah.
That was
Tony.
Bidenomics right there. Monies.
Okay, you're up.
what,
Good.
what were we on? Good.
Good. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't really have a good, so I'm going to go with Ronald Acuna.
Oh,
We were watching the game the other day during a draft,
That slug.
and he's like, Scott goes, hey, it says he's going to be if he hits his 30th home run this year, he's going to be the first guy ever with 30-60.
Yeah. Whack.
And then we're like, okay, I'll take this. Oh, he just hit it.
A grand slam.
Grand slam.
Yeah.
He goes, grand slam. I'm like, geez, 30-60. I mean, he's an MVP.
he might not be the MVP though.
Olsen.
Not the Dot. Who's the Dodger outfielder?
Mookie Betts too.
Betts.
Yeah.
Right.
Betts hit a 3-run homer in that
You
game.
know who would be in more? Would
There's no way he's
you know who's
not
going to get
getting it.
votes too? I think, and it sounds crazy, but he actually leads Major League Baseball in the last like month or something like that in RBIs. But he was out. Remember, he was out. Bellinger.
Right.
Bellinger missed up 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Right.
And he right now he's in the mix for all these numbers. Like if you give him per game stuff or
He's hitting 325.
yeah, I mean he's an MVP. I mean home runs. He don't have the home runs,
Right.
but he has some. Don't get me wrong. He's not a slouch in that department. But
Yeah, he's hit almost 500 for the
Yeah, he'll
series
probably
and
finish
season.
4th or 5th.
yeah,
you'd
I
think.
agree. I think it's Acuna Olsen. I think
I do too.
And you know what? That's my. I think it's
But
gonna
I
be hard
think-
not to.
I think Freeman will take votes from Betts as well because Freeman's having a great season as too.
Oh
so-
yeah. It might be interesting. It might be interesting. Those
Braves got rid of that slacker.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Brought in Olsen. They bring in Olsen and Murphy from the A's
Right.
and get rid of who'd they have for their catcher? I can't remember who it was.
The Brewers.
Oh
what's his
yeah,
name?
Wilden Contreras.
Contreras. Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Good- being a good
and
pickup for the
shipped
Brewers, though.
Freeman out, who wanted all that money, and now they're paying like half as
Well-
much. Well, Olsen they had to pay then.
Yeah, but really,
Yeah.
I don't think his agent because the Braves kind of countered with something that Freeman would have stayed for, and his agent said, "Nah."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And without him knowing.
Without him knowing, yes,
And
I would
he's
have been like, "You're fired."
Well, you think now to me when I heard that, I don't know, I didn't read I've heard the same thing you said, but so there's no checks and balances for this agent where he should be. You can't.
I know.
You cannot. We don't want you in baseball anymore. You're out.
Right.
You cannot be an agent for baseball players ever
Right.
again. If this is the case, you shouldn't be an agent.
If you didn't go to your client and say, "Here's what happened," you know,
Here's what they gave you, and
Yeah.
I recommend.
Here's the counter.
I recommend let's try something else, but it's your call. It's your thing.
Right.
I'll take it. Okay.
Right.
But he knew he'll take it. And it's less money for him, probably. The agent.
Exactly.
He got more in LA.
Yeah,
So
it's working out for him, I guess.
yeah. My good is Deion Sanders.
I knew it.
Prime.
Boo.
And them doing what a lot of people. I actually the good. I'm going to give the good to his son.
Yeah.
The quarterback. He paid for I think more pressure on him than the coach. Obviously,
Absolutely.
I won't call him Coach Prime because I think it's ridiculous. His name's Coach Sanders.
Right.
And I believe more pressure was on the kid, and he looked every bit the part of a Division I quarterback yesterday.
Absolutely.
I mean, don't get me wrong. TCU is a program that's always been involved the last 6 years, 7 years. They've always been around. They may be in a down. I don't know, defensively. It's the first game of the year, but I think he's going to be in the Heisman list. Although then last night Caleb Williams goes off those 5 touchdowns, so it's going to be. I think Caleb Williams is his to lose.
Right.
But I think Sanders. And what year is Sanders?
I want to say he's a sophomore.
I was going to say, yeah, he's young. So
He's like 11.
And he made some nice throws,
Right.
made some okay throws, but for being a sophomore in the situation he was in, I mean, long year, I get it.
Right.
But
stepping up from
they're going to be
they're
going to be interesting. And you know what? I made that prediction about Deion going to the Cowboys eventually, but I will change that because I tend to forget when I said his son's the quarterback.
Right.
I don't think he leaves his son there.
Right.
But if he gets a chance to coach NFL when his son leaves, he will leave for the NFL. And all he has to do, I'm telling you right now, if he makes this team a bowl team at 8 and whatever, or 9 and whatever, and they're a bowl team, he's in for a couple years. He's gonna get consideration NFL, guaranteed. He will, if he wants to.
Agreed. Right.
If he wants.
Right.
I don't know how great of a coach he is, but I tell you one thing, he did his stuff that he got beat up for what he did, and I kind of beat him up. But every team does it. It just he just got beat up because he did it. And he did it in mass, but I think another team did the same thing. They had a mass exodus too when someone got there this year. I can't remember.
Well, Wisconsin lost a bunch.
Wisconsin lost like 30 or they lost
right.
they kicked like 35 guys at the curb, which you have to.
Right.
When you want to bring in your own, what do you call it?
Players.
Yeah, players in your own kind
system.
of yes. Right. Yeah, you got to bring guys that fit that.
So do you think though, because it's Deion Sanders and he was upfront and honest about it, do you think it would have gotten as much attention?
No.
Right.
No, if it was
Luke Fickell?
Yeah, it was Fickell did it. Yeah, if Fickell would have did it in Colorado, be like, he's just turning over. I think, but Sanders is kind of brash. I mean, he brings on a lot, but he's very open.
Right.
He takes his beating too when he gets it once in a while. He takes his beating. He's fine with it. So, but I give his son more of the good. Good for Deion. He went there and he made a program that. They had 2 100-yard receivers all year last year. They had 4 yesterday.
I thought it was 5.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, they're not going to do every game. I know this.
Right.
I'm not. Oh, and if they do, I guess.
Well, they play in Nebraska, so it may happen
again.
It can
happen again.
Right.
So it'll be interesting. I give credit to the son, Shakir Sanders.
Yeah. Is that how you say that?
Yeah.
It's spelled different.
Yeah, I think it's Shakir. I think they were saying. But I ended up watching the end of the game because I was like, I was interested. It was one of those things.
It's like a car wreck.
It's a shootout,
you
too.
texted it, and I'm like, oh, I think I've got TV. So I'm like checking around, and it was on national TV.
It was interesting because it was a shootout.
Right.
It was like 17-10. I wouldn't have turned out, but I'm like, wow, 40. All this, I got to check this out.
I wasn't even watching TV. I didn't even have the TV on, and you texted. I'm like, that's a good game to watch.
And it was like watching a Madden game. Like Madden being played. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So, Tim, you're bad.
My bad. My bad is the week 0-1 college football overreactions. So, read one of the articles where Alabama is going to be, considered the number 1 team in the country when you have a 2-time national championship in Georgia. My opinion is until Georgia loses, they're number 1.
It's college. Everything changes
every
year.
I agree.
I just think it's ridiculous the first week, Notre Dame's played like School of the Blind and, the Naval Academy, and all of a sudden, they're better than 13. Like,
St.
fucking
Francis School for the physically challenged.
Exactly. Play somebody you're going to be playing the ACC this year.
Did you see the overreactions for Wisconsin? I mean, someone said, they didn't score enough points in the first half. It's like,
so that's part of it as
he
well.
He only got to run his offense like 3 series in the first half, and they're throwing him under the bus already.
So that, the overreaction for the air raid offense, they still ran the ball 30 times versus 41 passes. It's the first game of the season. Like, are you really going to open up your whole fucking offense
against Buffalo?
Against Buffalo, right?
And not the Bills,
right? And the whole thing is you're going to have to run the ball to win games late in the season. So why not go to your strength early on and not show your offense right away? So that way you don't see it on film.
Wisconsin usually runs the ball. Is that what you're saying their strength is?
Yes.
It's only been like 30 years.
Right. So like all these people overreacting about that. The fucking Texas fans. Arch Manning should be playing, blah, blah, blah. Fucking they can suck a big dick. So they ruined college football with the Longhorn Network. So I'm tired of seeing 2005 fucking documentary every other fucking week. Get in the presents. You won fucking championship 23 years ago. Like, fuck off. So
I was trying to think of some running back from the 90s that they keep doing a
right,
show about.
right, and then like 63, like the 63 championship team that was fucking 60 years ago. Like
That's what I say with everything when somebody says, you know, this happened. It's like,
right,
that wasn't even in my lifetime.
right, exactly.
I'm like already picking out like, funeral plots and stuff at the cemetery. And you're talking about shit that happened 10 years before I was born.
Right.
It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, and the whole thing with Texas fans, you forget that Ewers was a 5-star recruit as well. So like he had a good season last year. He got hurt. Like I think Texas might go in and upset Alabama next week. So I'm looking forward to that game.
Be good for their network. They could document
They
that.
don't show,
that's on Saturday. That's on Saturday.
Yeah,
I gotta find that game. We're in Chicago. Be a good place to go.
Yeah, I'll be up in
good thing to watch. That's a good thing to watch a game. Yeah.
No, they'll document it and just show the highlights.
Yeah,
of
but
it.
like usually if it's a national televised game, they do a game cast, so they're not even broadcasting the fucking game on their own network. Like,
but they could do that one like NFL Films, where it's like,
yeah, but they play the
the
same,
Longhorns
right.
from Texas.
It's funny, like how Texas plays all 8 of their wins last year, but you don't see the 4 losses that they had. So, yeah, great network.
Oh, I forgot what we were doing again.
The bad.
Oh, the bad, yeah. My bad is Keith Olbermann.
What?
You see this douchebag? You guys ever heard of him?
Yeah.
Wasn't he relevant like 20 years ago when Sports Center used to be
yeah.
about sports?
Yeah, back in the day when I actually had cable. So Keith Olbermann attacks unsuccessful Riley Gaines, who sucked at swimming, he says. So this is at Riley Gaines, who's
been fighting for women's rights.
For women's rights, saying, men shouldn't be playing women's sports. I don't know why. It just seems normal, but So here's what it says. Former MSNBC and ESPN host Keith Olbermann is engaged in an online verbal dispute with swimmer and activist Riley Gaines, asserting that the 2-time All-SEC first-teamer sucked at swimming. He says she's second-team All-Conference. Happily for nasty, stupid, unsuccessful transphobe, she has no reputation to ruin. So that was her freshman year when she finished second place. Or second team.
So it makes you a transphobe if you don't think they should be competing against women.
Which means about 98% of the country's transphobes.
Yeah.
Because nobody believes that except weirdos online, that are activists, essentially. Anti-women activists. I can't even believe this is even a conversation.
Right.
I can't believe he said that about
it.
I can't believe he said that about her.
Yeah, and he said she was second team. She sucked. He actually said sucked. And she was only second team like her freshman year. She was all SEC twice. So he essentially lied.
He's another guy who thinks he's like the smartest guy in the room.
Right.
She was second team swimmer in 2019, 2020, and first team in her last 2 years. So freshman, sophomore year, she was second team, which is pretty good for a young kid.
Right.
And then she went to first team.
Right. So my question is, when was the last time that he was relevant?
No, this.
Right.
Ever since when he lost
Trump.
Dan Patrick, he
right.
That's what he lost.
Anytime he says something about Trump that's just off the wall or off about any conservative type person.
Right.
So here's she actually showcased her accolades in a video of her all SEC first team, her 3 SEC titles, national second place overall, SEC Community Service Award, SEC Female Scholar Athlete of the Year, and her qualifications for the U.S. trials for Tokyo Olympics. She sucked.
Yep.
And this piece of shit, is going out and attacking her because she's a woman.
Yeah.
Because he's liberal, and you got to love women.
It's all about women
Right.
until they disagree with you. Get back in the kitchen. Get pregnant and cook.
Dude,
that's exactly
it's
what he's saying.
not only women.
That's what he's saying there.
Right.
I know,
That's exactly what he's saying
And
there.
we all know it's not only women.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, Keith, the 1950s are calling.
Oh, jeez, he's worse.
Yeah, but you know what? You
1938 Germany's calling.
But the thing is, with that statement, it's easy to just say that about him. You can argue other things about what he said and other
Right.
parts of politics, but that's what he's basically saying.
Right.
Mhm.
You're a moron. You don't know what you're talking about. Get back, cook me up, make me a sandwich.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying, basically.
And don't put any meat on it because I don't like meat. That's how
no
that's how
gluten.
despicable he is. He probably doesn't eat meat.
He's like, actually hide a hot dog behind the bun. Anywho,
Great.
So my bad, and so this you know what? So Jay, I'll play this because it kind of correlates with what I want to talk about. So this past week, high school football started in our area in Kenosha here, and Jace is gonna try to every week give us a high school minute type thing locally. I'm gonna play that right now because it kind of plays in what I want to talk about next.
I'm gonna count, and at 1 minute, I'm stopping it.
I don't know if it's a minute. I don't know like that. So I'm gonna play it. I might have to edit it because it's playing a song, and I don't know if you can play it, so I might have to cut it out later. But you guys, hopefully, it doesn't cut our thing off. Maybe I should. Let me start it.
Hopefully, it's a.
Let me just start it for a second, so you don't hear that music, and then I'll pop it on. I think it's like 20 seconds, but I don't want to have that music. Yeah, it's still playing. I don't want it playing because it might shut us off on Facebook Live because it's copyright, and he put it on. So that's fine. Let's see.
Friday night.
Welcome to the first Friday Night Lights football recap. Let's start off with last Friday, September 1st. The Oak Creek Knights made a trip to Kenosha Bradford and defeated the Red Devils by a score of 38-3. The Racine Park Panthers came into Indian Trail on a hot streak, winning the first 2 of their season, but were no match for the Hawks as they were shut out by a score of 28-0 by the Hawks. Moving north to Racine Horlick, where Tremper was defeated 44-27 by the Rebels. The Racine Case Eagles made a trip to a top state contending team in the Franklin Sabres, where they were defeated, and I will say they did hold their ground against this very good Franklin team, losing by a score of 20-23. Moving to Division 4 with Racine Lutheran defeating Catholic Central by a score of 65-0. St. Cat's defeated Watertown Lutheran Prep by a score of 30-21. And St. Joe's takes down Brookfield Academy 35-0. And last Thursday, the Westosha Central Falcons blew out their conference rival, the Wilmot Panthers, by a score of 61-6. Yeah, 61-6. That is what I said. And this Friday, we have the first big rivalry in high school football this season and in the SEC, as the Indian Trail Hawks head to Amici Field to take on in-city rival Kenosha Tremper, where they will be able to extend their winning streak against Tremper to 13 if they can win. They have never lost a game of football to Tremper. Let's see if the Trojans can turn that around this year. Kickoff is at 5:30 at Amici. That's all I have for you this week, and we hope to see you back here next week.
So that was Jace's high school. Yeah, it was nice. That was decent to hear.
Yeah, I like that. I like the Tremper thing. Can you imagine in our day and age if Tremper lost? They didn't lose like 3 games in probably 6 or 7 years.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, they only lost state championships. That was it.
Yeah.
For like a long stretch.
Yeah, Ron Davies going to be turning in his grave.
Yeah.
Is that asshole dead yet?
I have no idea.
Oh man! But if you look at like Tremper, you remember looking at those banners when we went to school. I bet from 79 until probably 95, maybe. So let's just say 16, 17 years.
Right.
I bet they didn't lose many more than 13 games in that.
So the same team
of conference games and stuff. They did lose in state tournaments and everything, but.
Well, when I was in high school, there was a couple. We weren't very good.
Oh, really?
No, we were mediocre. When we were in high school, we were mediocre in football.
They were what, 79, 80?
Yeah, 79, 80, or 78, 79 was the back-to-backs, and they won. Then they went with Follis right after he graduated.
And then like 90, 91, 92, 93.
Something like
they
that,
were in the state every
went
year.
Twice, and they were good the third year, and then they lost a snow game.
Yeah.
Right.
Then they
won. They didn't have their spikes.
Yeah, because the other team, Sun Prairie, went and changed spikes. They were close to home. They didn't bring the right because it snowed in the middle of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's they said. I mean, Sun Prairie was good.
Right.
Oh, his slippery Amber fell down, pulled down the whole kick line of the cheerleaders.
Oh, nice.
You remember that, Timmy?
Nope.
Yeah.
So my bad is this. So Central's game was in this. Have you guys heard about this game at all? Central, the score was 61-6. Central beats Wilmot, a team they play every year, I believe. Yeah. So the big thing I see next day on Facebook is people posting, "Oh, great job, Central! Congrats to the quarterback who threw 9 touchdowns in 3 quarters." And I sat back and go,
"Why are they throwing?"
Right?
Do we teach anything to kid at all nowadays? I mean, 9 touchdowns when you win 60. The thing I questioned was, who's their extra point guy that missed 2? That's what I questioned.
Yeah, let's put that in the paper.
Hi. You know what? I'm gonna tell you right now that the kicker for Central.
Benchwarmers hot seat.
But I don't understand this. How you and I get it was only three.
We're putting an 11-year-old on the hot seat.
So the thing I want to say
Freshman
is this:
kicker.
it's a saying. If you are listening out there and you are a coach in football, high school, I'm going to give you a saying to remember: if the clock's running and you're winning, you're running.
Yeah,
that should be the rule. Yeah. It's just sad they threw because obviously they had to be up at halftime enough to have the clock run. I'm guessing.
Yeah, think.
So he threw 9 touchdowns and people, oh, great job, yeah, woohoo, awesome, and that's great for the kid, but that's not the kid's fault. No. It's the team for doing it. I mean, so I don't want to hear nobody complain when this happens at Central by some team in the next couple of years does the same thing to them.
Right. What happened last year? Like, what was the score of the game for Wilmot?
I'm not sure. Maybe, and I don't know.
Could be a
you know
payback.
What? I don't know. I think, but there's a point you just say whatever. We're bigger men than this or whatever.
Right.
I just thought it was crazy when I saw it. I was like 61. Oh, that's crazy score. And then the kid threw 9 touchdowns. I'm like, wow, he and only threw 3 quarters. I get it, but it's still.
Right.
I mean. And
9 times 7.
Yeah,
start thinking about that.
Yeah, I'm guessing the kid.
Maybe it was math class they were practicing for.
But the thing, I'm guessing the kid's a starting quarterback, and you're putting him out there in situations. Now, if he gets hurt, what happens?
Right.
Because, like I said, if I was playing for Wilmot, he would have been crushed.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care. It would have been. You don't care. It was 3 seconds late forward.
Yeah,
I would have, and I would have took his legs out, but I would have taught him. I would have got my penalty and walked to the. Okay, I'm done. I'll walk the bench now. It's just one of those things. The mentality.
Yeah, you've been. We've all been on both sides of those situations. Yeah. I've been in baseball games where you're down 14 runs or something. And I was on a lot of good teams, and we tried not to run up the score on teams.
Yeah.
And then you see a team bunting or stealing,
right.
and it's like, are you fucking kidding me? You're going to get plunked, and then it's like, oh. Because you're an idiot for doing that. And the coach is still, go, go, go. It's like, are you kidding?
Well, when we did, I mean, it's
what comes around goes.
It's less of a level, but for softball, we played softball. You played a team that wasn't as good. You get up 8, 9, 10 runs.
Softball's a little different because you can put up 40 in.
But it was station to station because you didn't call it, and then you don't walk.
Right.
If you were up, you swung on anything unless it was just so bad you couldn't swing.
I almost killed a guy at Lincoln Park that way.
Well,
it was 2 balls and he threw one about a foot outside, and I was like, I'm not walking.
Right.
Yep.
Oh, I hit him right in the knee.
And we would give the thing we would do, we give our own guys more crap if you did it.
Right.
Then what are you doing?
Especially if you're a good team and
we had decent teams then. It was like, we weren't.
Right.
We were playing a Tuesday night team. You're just out there to get some swings, and you're up 10-0 in the 3rd inning, and they aren't. They haven't hit one ball in the infield yet.
Right.
You don't have to run anymore. And then, we always say, why would you risk getting hurt?
Right.
Pulling a hamstring or something. I mean, we all got to go to work and stuff.
Yeah, but Timmy's padding stats in those situations.
I was just happy to be playing. I wasn't padding anything.
Yeah.
So, and it was always great in those games. You get beat by 15, and the guys are going up the middle against your pitcher, and you come back and dump them. That was fun.
Those are fun.
Yeah.
So my bad is, and that's my opinion. I could be totally off base. People might disagree, but I just think there's a point you got to teach. Yeah, there's a teaching moment there, and say, hey, we're done. Halftime, you guys are all sitting. Let's put the kids that are never going to play in the game.
A little humility.
Right.
Well, what happens if they don't get to play the rest of the year? Now, would you not be if you sat on the bench on the next 9 games and didn't get in?
Because I'm hoping they're going to be closer.
Be pissed?
Yeah. I mean, kids put in the work. Let them go. Okay, put our kids in. Play the.
Plus, it's a great time early in the year to get everybody out on the field because you might need that 3rd string guy eventually.
Mm-hmm. So
now he's going to get out there. It's in the middle of a game against, say, a real team.
Right.
What do I do?
Running around like what is that? Necessary Roughness.
Yeah.
That was on a couple weeks ago. That's a fucking great
You know
movie.
what I watched today?
What?
It was Division III. Something. What is it?
Fort Wayne State.
No, it was Andy Dick as like this crazy football coach. Dude, it was kind of dark.
Really?
Yeah, I watched it for like 5 minutes. I was like, Jesus Christ. He's like snorting protein, like whey protein off the desk.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly. That was that was for the film.
So let's get to the best part, the ugly Tim.
Ooh.
My ugly is Team USA FIBA basketball.
Yes, yep.
How the fuck with 12 NBA players do you lose any fucking game in any fucking tournament?
Did they lose?
They lost to Lithuania.
Well, Lithuania's always good. Was
No.
You've got 12 NBA players.
And they were going to say
Who is it?
they weren't wearing tie-dye shirts.
Right.
And Drazen Petrovic wasn't playing
No.
with them. Is that his name?
No.
Drazen Petrovic?
No, it was. I can't. Yeah.
The kid that died in the car accident.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
That
Can't
was-
remember.
Oh,
Was
might
it?
have been Petrovic.
I'm gonna look
Yeah.
it up. I'm gonna look it up.
But yeah, I know I knew you were going to go. So ahead, Tim. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right. 12 NBA players and you lose in international play. And I know the FIBA game's different, the ball's different. And the big criticism from this team from the beginning that I don't have any true centers. Well, I'm just flabbergasted. They lost the rebounding battle 43-27. And mind you, though, Lithuania shot the ball really well for the first half. They made like 10 3-pointers or something like that. They were down. USA was down 19 before they made adjustments. So I can't.
Arvydas Sabonis.
Sabonis. No.
No, he was
inducted in the baseball or basketball hall.
He
of
was the
Fame.
one that killed in the car
And
accident, though.
Sarunas Marciulionis. That's the guy.
Was he the guy killing the car accident?
No, it's Petrovic.
But he's the guy who wore the tie-dye. Or maybe
all those guys. Did.
Yeah.
Right.
The tie-dye team.
Right.
Yeah.
I had one of those T-shirts.
Yeah, they were cool.
Yeah, they were. So,
yeah, they're awesome, man.
Yeah, there's no fucking way with 12, and I don't care if they're the sixth guy in every team. You've got.
It just shows you how much more those teams want it, though.
You know why? What's happened though in basketball, and I thought of this.
Oh, the game's caught up. Yeah.
No, but I thought of this. What's ruined?
I'll tell you what's ruined basketball is AAU. Absolutely.
I have it written down right here.
Right.
AAU, because I've seen it firsthand this summer. I coach a summer league team this summer for high school.
Right.
The AAU kids will come in. They run the offense. They don't run the offense.
Nope.
They don't. They don't. You say, hey, you got to run the offense. Coach wants you to run the offense for the season. They don't. And the other girls that want to run the offense are getting mad. So it's basically just a whole.
Fuck you.
It's a
Right.
cluster.
Yeah.
And it's what it is. And the
Right.
girls that are taking bad shots. 50% of the shots are bad shots.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. When they take a good shot, they do pretty well.
Right.
But it's when you're taking 50% bad shots, it's not good.
Right.
And AAU is the problem because back when the Dream Team started, AAU was more. It was there, but the team concept was still. Now it's about getting you ahead in the spotlight so you get seen.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get to a good school, get drafted.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree.
Right. And that's why a lot of these international, there's guys that are 43 years old that are still playing in FIBA and like
because they move the ball.
Right. And these teams have been playing. They've been playing together since they were like 16 years old. You know, so they know like. You know, Ed and I have been playing for the last 10 years. I know Ed's going to do a back cut when I move a certain way on the basketball court, you know? So, yeah, I mean, but
that was my move too. Go to the back door. We're not, I thought we were talking about, yeah, never mind.
I
Sorry.
set that up for you. So, yeah, that's
backdoor Ed.
Right. So that's my ugly, like, just disappointing that 12 fucking NBA players and you lose. Like,
and the NBA guys were like, I heard bickering. I didn't even see this score, but I heard like last week, oh, I'm not getting enough playing time and I'm the best player out there. You know, that kind of shit. And it's like,
right.
Oh my God.
Well, they're blaming Steve Kerr. People I saw blame Kerr today and all this.
Well, what's he ever done?
But
Steve Kerr, he's never won anything.
The thing is, they were like, his rotations were bad and all that. It's 12 NBA players that are all could be all-stars at any time.
Right.
And we are arguing with his rotation. He should be able to go, here, just draw names out of hat. You guys go in now.
Exactly.
Your turn. We're going to rotate. It shouldn't matter. If you
Was
coach
this
like an all-star game, it shouldn't matter.
Did this happen on the original Dream Team where they're like, oh, man, Michael Jordan shouldn't be out there? It
No,
should be...
they used to beat the crap out of each other in practice.
Yeah,
That video of Magic Johnson picking a team, Michael Jordan picking a team,
Yeah.
the stories you heard about that game,
Yeah.
it was downright a beat-up, drag-out fight.
Yeah, they wanted to win.
It was old school basketball.
They bought all the best college players in, and they picked 6 guys, and they beat them by 70.
Yeah,
70 in a practice.
Yeah.
Like they
had Leitner though.
Leitner had to feel like a fish out of water on that team.
I feel
Dude,
bad
can
for.
you
Well, we're gonna get a
imagine?
college guy out there, and he was
See,
a
that'd
great
be-
college player.
Yeah.
he was a great that'd be a great documentary following him around during the 92 Olympics.
Yeah, well, they had their one, and they talked to him about a little about it, but he did. You ever watch that on the 30 for 30? What was it called? Everybody hates Christian.
Everybody hates Christian Leitner.
Yeah.
It was great,
Right.
and he comes off as a little bit of a but he owns it.
Right.
He's like, I know it. Yeah. I go in these places. I did it because I knew I could play, and I didn't care if they.
Right.
I acted like this because I wanted to get on them.
Right.
I knew what I was going to do.
Right.
Nobody's going to bother my game.
Is there a point though where he was probably sitting there going, "I shouldn't be on this team"?
I was just going to say that. Can you imagine being Christian Laettner, like the best college?
How cool would that be, though?
Fuck.
You were with the dream team.
And you were the 12th man in the dream team.
And you probably got ticks.
Yeah.
You got ticks.
Probably.
Because they were smoking. That team didn't. That team had no close games, barely any. The closest game probably was 15.
Now, can you just like?
Oh, I don't even think it was that close.
Oh, right. They were incredible.
Right.
I mean, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, David Robinson,
too.
Yeah. I mean, the whole team was Hall of Famers, probably, right?
Oh yeah.
The whole team had to be Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
Minus Laettner,
Barkley,
obviously.
Mailman.
Yeah. Reggie Miller was on that team.
I don't think so.
I think he
Isaiah Thomas wasn't on that team.
Maybe. You know what? Good.
Too soon. Pew, 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 pew.
He still hates that because he still call. He'll still go, I think LeBron's better than Jordan.
Hey,
okay, you're just saying that because you're a hateful person.
Hey, go bankrupt another fucking basketball league.
Yeah. Go be a moron in your own world.
Ruin another franchise.
Yeah.
Or two franchises. God, what fucking? Like,
so Barkley, Bird, Clyde the Glide. Oh, shitbag like Patrick Ewing.
Oh, that guy.
Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Christian Laettner, Karl Malone, Chris Mullen.
Oh yeah, Mullen.
Scottie Pippen, David Robinson, and John Stockton.
Well, they needed someone to bring the booze. Mullen.
Stockton only played in 4 games.
So when you say that list, one of these things just doesn't belong here.
Hey, Laettner made 9 field goals in the thing.
So Dream Team 2, Reggie Miller was on. And they were good, though, too.
Right.
And then they had the shitty games. And then Kobe got on the team and they ended up winning again.
2008,
Kobe did pretty... not just Kobe, but they...
Well, they had Kobe.
And was it Coach K that coached that team?
I think so.
So they kind of said, okay, we ain't losing again.
Name the only player that started all 8 games.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm surprised Magic didn't start every game.
Any NBA question, you just answer Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Or
Magic only played in 6 games out of the 8.
Hey, pull up the 2018. Wasn't it was Carmelo Anthony?
Wait, 2008?
2008 Olympic team.
That was a good team too, right?
Yeah.
Well, Carmelo, LeBron,
right?
Dwayne Wade, because they all get drafted together. They should all be on it,
right?
Kobe,
of
course.
And it was
hold on,
peak LeBron, peak Wade.
Oh yeah,
peak,
oh,
peak Kobe.
Yeah,
that'd be like
Stacey Lovelace.
92, 2008
play each other.
Teams. Oh,
I still take the Jordan team.
What the hell?
Different mindset. I don't care what people think.
Right.
Only guy that had that mindset on that team, I think. I still believe, and people could argue all they want. They're all. Only guy has that mindset on that team is Kobe. I think.
Yeah.
Kobe's only has they all. Don't get me wrong. Wade's awesome.
Right.
Melo was great.
But
LeBron's great. But the mindset, I don't. They all say it is, and I know what they're saying, but different mindset from now to back then.
Absolutely.
Totally different.
I can't get it to pull up. It's the Redeem team, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That was a great little thing too.
So Kobe, LeBron, Wade, Chris Paul, Carmelo, Dwight Howard, Darren Williams, Chris Bosh, Jason Kidd, Tayshaun Prince, Michael Redd, and Carlos Boozer.
Underrated guy on that list was
Tayshaun Prince.
Well, other guy you named too. You want to think about
Darren Williams.
Darren Williams.
Darren Williams is one of the best point guards for like.
He was great.
And then like they were just talking about this on a pod the other day, like top 5, probably like top 10 player at that time, and just fell off
for
the cliff.
sure.
Yeah,
right. Got
for
hurt.
Sure.
Got hurt and wasn't the same. Like
if you got him in fantasy, it was like you were getting him in the 5th or 6th pick, probably.
Yeah, because he was a point. He was an assist guy. He was a triple double guy, right? He's like a Russell Westbrook type guy.
He was on that Illinois team that went to the Final Four. I watched that team play against Wisconsin.
They were getting smoked. They made it to the finals, didn't they? They were getting killed.
They lost to Carolina, and
5 minutes left. They were down by 16 in the Final Four game, and they ended up coming back on Kansas, I think.
Yeah.
Then they ended up losing to who was it again in the championship?
North Carolina.
Yeah, Carolina. Yeah. That was a good team. That was a very good team.
So John Perez and I, and this is like one of my favorite John Perez moments. Rest in peace. So we're at the Kohl Center. It's probably like brand new, like probably we're first couple games, Illinois, Wisconsin, and it's Bruce Weber, right? So Illinois drubs Wisconsin. I don't think they drubbed them, but it wasn't as close as like the final score was and stuff. And we're in the upper deck. We're surrounded by Illinois fans, and they're just fucking ribbing us. And you just see Perez just fucking red face, and game gets over. Perez is like, yeah, well, fuck you. Wait till next year where you don't have Bill Self's fucking players and you guys suck.
Wow. That's true. Bill Self was that was a good day. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, great Illinois administration there. Hey, Bill's dad. Yeah, go ahead and go to Kansas.
Yeah, we don't want to sign. Yeah, we don't want to pay you.
Right. How'd that work out?
Yeah. So who's up now?
I'm on ugly, right?
Yep. Yeah.
And I'm going to stick with the same theme. You talked about high school sports, you know, an AAU, and you've been talking about a lot of that stuff. I forget what you were even talking about.
FIBA basketball.
Oh yeah, that stuff too. I'm gonna go with Wander Franco, who liked to bang kids.
I was waiting for someone to bring that up.
Wow. Yeah.
Jesus Christ! Do I even have to go into this?
No, get the dump button ready, Scott.
Yeah.
This kid diddler.
Jesus.
He's got 3. Well, I mean, he's going to pay them all off. Don't get me wrong, because he has to. But I don't see him coming back. How do you recover from this?
He doesn't.
And if he does, baseball should be shut down because Trevor Bauer's banned, blackballed,
right,
for not even committing a crime. This is
convicted of a crime.
Yeah.
He was accused.
He was accused, and he accused her. So I mean,
right.
And he's playing Japanese baseball.
Korea.
No, Japan.
I thought he was in Korea.
No,
no,
because I was supposed to go to Japan this year. I was going to go see a game. I actually was getting my hotel right down the street from the stadium.
Nice,
but we didn't end up going. But anyways, yeah,
he's done.
Yeah, he's got to be done.
Right.
You can't. I mean, who is that? They do this on. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's like, I hate dogs. I'm like, a dog hater, and they're going on. It's like, nah, you can come back from that. The next news cycle, the only thing you can't come back from is diddling kids.
Right.
And they go, what about the Catholic Church? They came back from it,
Right.
So, but yeah. Yeah, that's so I'm glad Petey reneged on our deal for Wander Franco last year at the last second. And he can suck his dick right now.
Right. He's got him.
Actually, he traded him to
Did he trade him this
Cooch.
year? Oh, Jesus.
Cooch ended up with Franco, I think. That's what he was talking about. He got Franco and he got in trouble.
That's right. He did say that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he called me down to his office one day. I was working there at the school, and he's like, hey, before they scored 9 touchdowns in one game.
Right.
Hey, come on down here. I'll trade you Wander Franco. I'm like, I'm in on this deal. I need a shortstop. I did have Gunnar Henderson at the time, but he was, last year. And so we put a deal together. Guys are waiting in the car for me to go home from work. I'm like, come on, Petey, get this done. Yeah, I got it. And then he pulled the deal after I got back. I'm like, you son of a bitch. So he got lucky though.
My ugly is kind of a funny ugly to me. Not funny because I do like the player. Cooper Kupp. He's gonna have to visit a specialist now for his hamstring. He is not playing week 1 now.
Is he gonna see Watson's specialist?
Wow.
Jeez. I just go after kid diddling. You come back with rape.
But I don't know. I just remember a story about someone suckered me out of keeping him last year, but now they got him for $36 this year.
Yeah.
Pew, 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 pew. Hey, at least he's not.
Hey, that song by Culture Club? Karma, chameleon.
Yeah, they won a championship with him, so didn't they?
No,
they lost.
No, they did not. It was Kluch and Shoddy for
He'll-
the championship.
They didn't keep him, did they? Are you serious? I thought they released him. I was
No,
like,
I just looked.
oh, that's stupid.
And who knows? It could be a 3-week thing. He'll be back. It's not a huge deal, but hamstrings on old men.
You're paying 36, but I had
30-year-olds are old men in football.
I traded for Jonathan Taylor at $40 earlier this year.
Yeah, how'd that work out?
I dropped him. I did release him. I was like, because there's a good chance I'll get him back for less than that if I wanted him.
I have him down for my offensive player of the year.
It's possible.
For my pick.
Do you really?
It's possible.
No. Oh,
it's always possible.
He's got to come back week 4.
Yeah,
he can, or 5.
Right.
So you never know.
Yeah, I mean that
situation is just.
But I didn't raw dog anybody to try and get him.
We're not going to pay you because we don't think you're worth it, but we want a fucking first round pick.
That's what we said.
Right.
You want the farm for him,
Right.
but
we talked about this last week.
I was like,
God damn it!
How can you do that?
Because
and now you just pretty much.
Hey, has he taken the crown as the worst owner in sports right now?
Well, this is what it sounds like inside the
Daniel Snyder
Colts. He's not owner anymore. He's
yeah,
gone.
So yeah, maybe.
But Jim
Irsay
Irsay here's what it sounds like in the front office of the Colts most days of the week.
Right. So here's the thing about Irsay. He's more.
It's almost over.
Perfect. He's more interested in helping move a fucking blue whale across the country at $20 million than rewarding one of his own.
And then on the beach playing his guitar while it comes across
His
shore.
band, we got to get the band back together.
Yeah.
Playing rock band.
And then the GM is trying to smooth things over. And I mean,
Yeah, hasn't he undercut Ballard before? Like, I feel bad for Ballard a little bit.
Yeah, Ballard's done a decent job there, I think. He got caught in the hole trying to band-aid the quarterback spot since Luck left, and it hasn't worked out for him yet. And it sucks because they have a good young team. Pittman, I mean, they have a good receiver. They have a good solid offensive line. Defense is decent.
Yeah, 2 years ago we were talking about their defense was going to be the shit.
And Matt Ryan last year, if Matt Ryan would have worked out last year, they would have been right. But he didn't work out. He just didn't work out.
I went to the Titans Colts game last year, and not one of my favorite games I've ever been.
That sums it up right there.
Yeah. Good thing there was a lot of nice scenery around. So.
And alcohol.
In Indianapolis?
I was with Mert, in Nashville.
Yeah. I'm actually going to the Colt game this year. I'm going to be there for a trade show. We're going to,
in Nashville?
No. No, we're going to be in Indy for a trade show, and the Colts play the Rams, I think.
Really?
So I think I can't remember. Might go check it out.
Maybe I have to drive down, Ed.
Yeah, you can meet us.
What date?
Not a good time?
October 1st it is, I think, or 2nd.
Oh, Jesus, we're going to be in Kansas City the week before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got my trade show the next week. So
I think I might get kicked out if that happened because I'm going to be out for 3 straight weeks.
He's got
so that would be my 4th straight week.
All right, let's go.
Yeah. I'm in.
All right. We'll bring the station wagon.
Was that sweet?
That was fucking great. My aunt and uncle had one of those.
That would be a great ride to take somewhere, wouldn't it?
Oh, those were solid oak panels.
I think they had like a 70 Ford Fairlane, like country squire station wagon. And,
nice.
Yeah, I remember that thing. And then they ended up trading that in for like a 73 Dodge B100 Maxi van, it was called. And
is that one with all the carpet in the inside and everything?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah.
So the car we're talking about was a station wagon. The back seat was like, what would you say, U-shaped or whatever? It went straight across, and then curved to the back of the driver's seat.
Yeah.
And then the passenger seat could swivel around so you could.
It's awesome.
Like a pilot seat or something.
Right.
Awesome.
Taking show notes, Scott?
No, I'm writing down a list of the divisions.
So
I'm ready to go.
Oh, he can't take any more of this jibber jabber.
No. I was listening.
It's friendly banter.
Football season's almost here.
Yeah, fuck it, Ed. Let's go somewhere else than Indy.
I was listening to the banter about the station wagon because I thought it was awesome. The station wagon was great.
Oh, that station wagon was awesome.
So yeah, anything else with the good bad and any?
I'd put 2 fantasy leagues if we could put money together to get that stuff.
I was going to talk about Keegan Bradley, but we can talk about that later. So.
Okay, just keep it. Put a bookmark on it. Okay. Is that what they say?
Yeah.
Put a bookmark. So let's go to the NFL.
Oh, you are so full of crap. You're 5 feet nothing, 100 and nothing, and you got hardly a speck of athletic ability. And you hung in with the best college football team in the land for 2 years. And you're also going to walk out of here with a degree from the University of Notre Dame.
In the field, Jerry! Show me the money! Jerry, you better yell! Show me the money! Show me the money! You love this black man! I love black people! I love black people!
Either we heal now as a team, or we will die as individuals, as football guys.
I thought you told me he was solid muscle.
Well, he's much stronger than he looks. I'm wired. Go get some kids.
Playing football at West Canaan may have been the opportunity of your lifetime, but I don't want your life.
Foosball? You playing the foosball behind my back? The only reason I'm doing it so I can go to school. School? You going to school? Ah! I'm sorry.
Football is life!
So in 3 days, the NFL kicks off in Kansas City, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. 4 days.
4 days.
NFL kicks off in Kansas City with the Detroit Lions visiting Kansas City in the opening night for the champions from last year. So let's start out we'll go through and we're going to pick division winners and wild cards. And then we'll talk about maybe awards. Yes.
I have a quick question. After listening to that intro, how come Tom Cruise has never won an Academy Award?
That's a good call. I'm not a big fan of him as a person,
Right.
but he's got to be one of the greatest actors ever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything he does is, even his crap movies are good.
I think he does too many. I think the problem is there are too many action movies, and I don't think. I mean, Jerry Maguire didn't someone win an Academy Award on that movie? Did Renée Zellweger or Cuba Gooding win one?
Yeah, he won.
Yeah, Cuba.
Best supporting
No,
actress.
you're thinking of Radio.
No. Jesus Christ. Another good football movie.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? A lot of action movies it does, so I kind of gets.
Yeah, but he did some art stuff.
Oh
earlier.
yeah.
So
Risky business.
Vanilla Sky.
Vanilla Sky was. Yeah.
You know what he should have won an Oscar for? Tropic Thunder.
Yes,
that movie was great.
Right.
Dude, we should just play clips of that all
Tropic
day.
Thunder was a good movie.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Robert Downey's allowed in Hollywood anymore.
Well, he wasn't for a while.
Or
was he?
Ben Stiller.
Well,
Right.
Jesus.
That was an entertaining movie.
Yeah.
It was pretty.
Sorry, I didn't mean to put this on.
No, that's good. No, that's a good question. I do. That's a good question. So let's talk about. We'll go through each division, pick division winners. Do you want to write those? You guys want to write them down because I don't have paper.
Yeah, I'm right.
Oh, you got everything. Wow, I got to write mine as I go. I haven't done it yet, so I'm gonna go as we go.
I've got everything written down to champs, Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's what we want. We want to do maybe the AFC, NFC finalists.
Okay.
And then the teams that win, they go to the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl.
Are we doing all the divisions and everything?
Yeah, we'll do division winners.
Oh, we're gonna spend some time tonight.
Yeah,
I got the wild cards too.
Yeah, because we 3 wild cards.
Yeah,
or 2. So we get 3 wild cards per conference. We'll throw in there. And okay, so let's start with the AFC and let's start with the AFC East. Interesting division this year. Aaron Rodgers going to the Jets. New England with Mac Jones. You got Miami with Tua's health. We never know. And then Buffalo Bills, who are the team that I think their window's closing, but we'll see. I mean, I still think they're one of the better teams in the league. So let's go from there. So Tim, since you got your paper done, I think you got plays written on there. I think you got is Y banana Z banana on there or something.
Yeah, I think so.
Gruden's favorite play. Did you ever watch that? That's awesome.
Cover 2.
So Tim, who do you like in the AFC East to win that division this year?
Buffalo Bills.
The Buffalo Bills.
Yes.
Okay. Ed.
I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say Dolphins win the toughest division of football.
Okay.
It's going to be some wacky year.
I don't think they're the toughest.
We always call the divisions toughest.
It's up. I mean, yeah, it changes during the year.
But I'm going to go with the New York Jets to win the division.
Ooh,
so I don't even have them making the playoffs.
I've got them winning division. I watch Hard Knocks, so I know some things.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
No team that's been on Hard Knocks has won the Super Bowl. So,
but they made the playoffs.
That's not what I said.
It's true.
Right.
So I'm going to take the Jets in this one. I'm going to go, to win the division. Right. AFC West, pretty. It's got Denver with Sean Payton moving to coach that team. The Chiefs, pretty much the same team, but Chris Jones is holding out right now.
Right.
He didn't show up for the first game practice this week, so we'll see how it happens there. Raiders have a new quarterback in Jimmy G, and the Chargers had added some pieces, but they still got their coach.
Yeah.
And
kind of like the Cowboys.
Yeah, Brandon Staley, correct?
Brandon Staley, yeah.
I just something about, but they did get the offensive coordinator. They got Kellen Moore,
right?
I think makes them a better team.
And they got Slater back too for their offensive line.
But Kellen Moore doesn't do the clock management decide calls, so we'll see how the year goes.
Right.
So who do you like in the AFC West? We'll start with Ed on this one. We'll go with me next.
Chiefs.
These chefs, huh? Yeah. It's hard for me to. I'd love to give the Chargers a chance. I just can't. I think they're going to be good. I really do. But I think they lose a game, an important game, just because of coaching. I don't think he first year he made mistakes, and he did the same stuff last year. Right. Going for it on weird downs, going for 2 in odd spots, doing just weird things, and it was too much metrics instead of just coaching football. Okay. So I like the chefs too.
I like the chefs as well.
Okay. So we're in agreement. The New York Chiefs.
Yeah.
The Kansas City Chiefs will be the winners of the AFC West. Mm-hmm. Let's go to the South or the North. We'll go with the North. We got Baltimore with Lamar Jackson coming back. The Bengals with possibly one of the best quarterbacks in football, Joe Burrow. Cleveland in kind of with Deshaun Watson had a tough end of the year last year, but he's being picked a lot in fantasy to be good this year, better, and if he can put up good fantasy numbers like people think he's going to do, then that team will be much improved.
And a good defense.
Yeah, their defense is very underrated. Great pass rush. And the Steelers, who Kenny Pickett has seemed to looked better in preseason. It's preseason. I mean, it is what it is. But he came out at the end last year. Good running game there. And then Mike Tomlin, I'm not a fan, but he knows how to win football games. And I think he's
still alive.
Yeah, I do. I'm not a fan of Mike Tomlin. Just something about, but he just know. If you think about it,
Never had a losing season.
That's the thing. If the Bears said we hired Mike Tomlin, I wouldn't be upset.
Right.
Let's put it that way. I wouldn't be like, oh my god, Mike Tomlin. I'd be fine with it. So me first in this division. This is a tough one. But I'm gonna go with. It's hard to pick against them, but I'm going to go with the Bengals. I mean, it's kind of chalk in that situation, but I'm going with the Bengals.
Good pick.
Yep. Tim.
Well, I am going to go with the same hot team that went 6-2 their last 8, and that's not the Lions, who have gotten all the media darlings coverage this year, but the Steelers. Again, Mike Tomlin, and I think this is the toughest division in all of football because I think any of those 4 teams can win the division and go to the Super Bowl. So,
okay. Ed,
I'm going to go with the Bengals.
Bengals?
Yeah.
Okay. So the NFC South, interesting division. A lot of stuff going on there. Houston with a new quarterback in C.J. Stroud. I get him confused, right? Stroud's there. The Colts losing John Taylor for at least 4 weeks. Jacksonville with Trevor Lawrence, they were the darlings last year. And Tennessee, Derrick Henry, Tannehill, DeAndre Hopkins. The defense is solid there. I think they lost a couple pieces. So who do you like in that, Tim? You're first this time around.
Taking the Jags just by default. I think Tennessee's going to take a step back with all the player losses that they had. So I like the Jags to win the division.
Ed.
Jaguars.
Going with the Jaguars, too.
Yeah, I mean.
I think Calvin really makes them really good. Their offense makes them better.
Yeah, I mean, the Titans are solid. Texans and Colts are both weak.
Yeah.
Right. And then the Jags get Ridley this year, too.
So. I mean, I'm sorry, Ridley, I meant.
What'd you say?
Calvin Johnson.
I thought I mean, I knew what you meant.
But Ridley, yeah, I'm sorry.
Ridley.
Ridley's going to make a big difference for them. I think he just makes the whole offense different.
So we didn't go through. You don't know what they're going to place. We're not even going to look at that, what the order is, or do we just write down what our order?
For what, like the wild cards? Or?
For all the divisions, period? Or you
we can just do that. I mean, we could talk more about the North when we get to a sense of North as there's people mostly care about around here.
I'm keeping track of mine.
Okay, and then, wild cards for the AFC. Tim, who do you like for the AFC wild cards this year?
I like Cincinnati, San Diego, and Miami.
Okay.
And I did not pick the Jets to make the playoffs.
Okay. Who do you like, Ed?
So we get 3 wild cards?
Yep.
I'm going to go Chargers, Bills, since I took the Dolphins and Coach Creepy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go I'm going to say the Jets don't make it and the Ravens get in.
Those are my wild cards, too.
Nice.
Chargers, Buffalo, and the Ravens.
Yeah, I like I think the Ravens are better than everybody. They're always good.
I got Dolphins not making it.
Yeah, see, you got the Jets, I got the Dolphins.
And the only reason I have the Dolphins not making it, and I say this probably 20 times a show, I don't ever do my picks based on injury possibilities, but Tua is by far an injury possibility. He really is.
And who's their backup? Is it still the same dude?
No, it was Bridgewater. It's a new guy. And who is the
not Heineke? Heineke, is it? Where did he go? Oh, he went to Atlanta.
Yeah. No, is he? Yeah, he might have. I don't know who the backup is, but
I'm looking.
Maybe it's Tyrod Taylor?
Skylar Thompson.
Oh, Thompson's still there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's their backup.
I don't know. And I like the Dolphins. I think our defense, although losing Jalen Ramsey kills them a little bit too for the first 10 weeks or whatever it is.
Mike White and Skylar Thompson.
White.
Oh, Mike White's going to be the backup, I heard. Yeah. I don't know who won it though. I don't know, but it's still a dime a piece. What's that saying?
A horse a piece.
A horse a piece. Yeah, that's what it is. So let's go with the NFC. Let's go with the NFC East. And who do you like in the East? That's an interesting division with the Cowboys. I believe this is going to be I think it's going to be Holmgren's last stand kind of thing. Not Holmgren. McCarthy. Holy cow, I'm off on them going old school. Calvin Johnson, Mike Holmgren. Wow.
Andy Reid.
And,
yeah, bring up Al Davis, and then we got some issues.
Bart Starr.
So the Giants with Bill Parcells, the Eagles with Andy Reid, and the Redskins with Joe Gibbs. Going to be a tough season.
No Rich Kotite?
Rich Kotite. No, I'm sorry. The Cowboys with Mike McCarthy. I think this might be his last stand. Team's built to play well again.
Brandon Staley Sr.
Can we put him on the hot seat yet?
No, we got to wait. Wait till week 3.
Week 3.
Let's see how week 1 goes. Who they playing week 1? Who's Cowboys playing?
The last couple years, though, the Cowboys have done well. You get to the playoffs, they look terrible.
First of all, how does Dak got to be feeling, and then how does McCarthy got to be feeling with Jerry Jones trading for Trey Lance?
Yeah, Trey Lance is, and I know what, I don't mind that. That's a solid trade, a 4th pick, but you're getting a guy that you don't know about. Because to be honest,
right,
I know San Fran, he went through practice and all that, and they decided to go this way because they when it comes to Purdy and obviously Darnold, they have tape on these guys.
Right.
And they can sit and go, okay, this fits what we want to do, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
They have nothing on Trey Lance. No game tape at all. They have very little to go by. So they said, well, when I was going to 4th round pick, he's going to be a practice squad guy for us. And then put him on a practice squad, he can get grabbed.
Right.
So you can't do that. So basically saying, well, and they traded for another pick now.
Well, you don't have to now with 3 quarterbacks. Or how's that go? If your 3rd quarterback's on the practice squad.
Oh, yeah, they must have another quarterback there?
They do have another quarterback.
Yeah, it's got to be covered.
He went down, and they probably didn't want to deal with it. And all maybe the thing about teams I'm guessing Shanahan, he's a smart coach. They don't have this whole thing going on now. So Purdy struggles. Get Trey. The fans are all clamoring for this guy, and which I don't think coach really care about that more. As much as we think they care about that, they don't give 2 craps what we think they should do, and that's the correct way.
Okay.
But I think the Cowboys did something okay there. I really do. I don't think it's a 4th round pick. Yeah, you can get value at the 4th round, but this guy could be a starter in the NFL.
Yeah,
he was rated by a lot of NFL teams to be picked in the top 10.
Right.
So it wasn't like the 49ers. Like I say with Trubisky, the Bears trade out made a terrible trade off for him, but Trubisky was rated in the top 10 by a lot of teams too, by almost that team. So
5-star recruit.
Yeah, and Trey Lance was too. So Trey Lance fits the mold of the offense the NFL plays now.
Right.
So we'll see. I mean, I don't think it's terrible with the Cowboys. I mean, Jerry Jones, I don't know. Agree with you though. It's if did they want him? I don't know. I think getting really Kellen Moore is going to hurt them a little bit.
I do too.
I know Mike McCarthy calls plays, but I think Kellen Moore should be calling plays. I think McCarthy should be a head coach. I think it's hard for coaches to do both. I really do. Right. I really do.
I agree.
I'm sorry. So I went on a tangent.
Right.
The Giants, obviously, you got Daniel Jones coming back. Barkley's coming back. That team was I like the coach, Brian Daboll, right?
Yep.
Philadelphia in the Super Bowl last year, not much to say. They lost a little bit on defense, but they reloaded in spots. Mm-hmm. And the Commanders, with I think this might be Ron Rivera's last stand too. He gets all these chances. Sam Howell has looked good. It's preseason.
Right.
They got a young team. They have an underrated defense, I believe, too, in Washington.
Agreed.
So who do you guys like? Who went first? You went first. So Ed, who do you like to win the NFC East this year?
The East. I like the Eagles. That's a good team.
Yeah.
That's a real good team.
I agree.
I'm going to go with the Eagles also. I mean, you have
Ditto.
to. Yeah, the Eagles. It's tough not to pick them if they don't win it. I think 90% of people probably pick the Eagles to win unless you're a fan of the other teams, obviously.
Right.
So,
but you still got to pick the Eagles.
Yeah, it's tough not to. So we're going to go to the West. And the West, we have the Cardinals, who I think are they're hoping to get the number 1 pick. I think they're just doing it on purpose.
They're hoping for the first 2 picks.
Yeah. There you go. The Rams, I think it's going to be a bounce back year possibly for them. You got Stafford back and healthy. Now Kupp is on the shelf. We'll see what that does. The 49ers, Purdy's going to start opening day. The 49ers are just a team that's always the team. They got their defense still solid. They run the ball really well. And the Seahawks, who I think is that team that people are kind of like waiting to see what's going to happen because they have Kenneth Walker now. They have Chardonnay, whatever his name is.
Yeah, and they got a new wide receiver. They got Jackson. Smith.
Jackson Smith. Although he's injured, he'll be out the first week. Or they're saying, but
they've got 3 good receivers. They got
DJ,
tight ends.
DK Metcalf. Holy cow, that's what name's tonight.
DK Metcalf.
Yeah, DK Metcalf.
Is he playing for a contract or did he re-sign?
No,
he signed last year.
Do you know he's only 26?
Yeah, he's young.
It's insane how young he is.
He was real young, but he's kind of squandered a lot of talent over those years.
Yeah,
didn't have quarterback.
I mean, yeah, but
He
still,
had Russ.
He just seems like he doesn't show up for games, or he doesn't know how to run routes or something. I don't know.
And the only thing I'm worried about,
so talented.
The only thing I'm worried about the Seahawks this year too is Geno Smith. The last 4 or 5 games kind of tailed off.
Right. Yeah.
He took if it was over a chart of his like the stock market, he was probably going like this, pretty nice and steady all year.
Yeah.
And also at the end, he just went like this because I had him in fantasy in the league,
Right.
and he was terrible at the end. He didn't do anything.
But Kenneth Walker got better at the end,
and they didn't win games either.
Yeah.
They didn't win at the end either. So. So let's go with that. And it'll be who is it me this time?
Yep.
I'm going to go with the 49ers. I just think they're might be one of the best teams in NFC, if not the best team in the division. So, I'm going to go with 49ers.
I'm going to go with the Seahawks.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. I like it.
Niners.
So let's go to the NFC South. Interesting division this year. Tom Brady is not there anymore. Tampa's got Baker Mayfield. New Orleans is kind of retooling also with Derek Carr. Camaro missed their first 3 games in that. Panthers, new quarterback and Bryce Young. And the Falcons with a whole new cast. Not a whole new, but they might have one of the best offensive football if it works out, if Desmond Ridder does it right with Pitts, London. You have Bijan Robinson, you have Desmond Ritter there, and you have who's the other receiver there? They have another guy on the other side. That's decent, young guy.
Right.
So, and their defense, but
they still got their starting running back from last year.
Yeah, Algier, and they have Cordell Patterson too.
Yeah. Right.
So they have a good offense. They have a solid offense. We'll see where it goes. But that division, it's not. I don't think it's gonna be hard to win if you play good football. You got to play just good. So who do you like in that? I think you're first, Tim, this time.
I like the Saints.
There you
default.
Go. Nice.
And yeah, I'm gonna be weird. I like the Saints as well to win this division.
Right, because don't they have running back Williams from Detroit?
Yeah,
and they have that kid too, Kevion something. He's supposed to be a guy they're saying should make an impact too.
Yeah.
And they got Kamara too when he comes back.
Yeah, I mean,
Derek Carr's
they still got
Taysom
quarterback. They still got Taysom Hill, who scores all their touchdowns.
Olave, they got.
Right.
Thomas is going to try to make a comeback this year.
I think they got another young
Juwan Johnson, solid. That tight end.
I'd rather have Derek Carr than what's his
Andy Dalton.
Baker Mayfield.
Oh, Mayfield. Well, Andy Dalton was there last year.
Right.
So I think Carr's an upgrade.
Yeah.
I do.
Who's coaching there?
Dennis Allen still, right?
Yeah.
He's still there. I don't know who the OC is there, though. I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm still going to go with the Saints.
Saints. I'm going to I think this division is going to be one of those divisions that's, I'm going to say it's 9 wins, 8-9, 9-8 could be the number.
Right.
But it's hard because you can't. I don't think 2 teams come out of this division.
No.
I do.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Hey, it could be right. Hey, I've been wrong many a time.
I know. I think it's going to be the surprise division. So.
I'm going to go with the Falcons to win this division. I just like
overrated.
Yeah. Okay, so and we all picked there.
Yeah, that's
you picked the Saints and you picked
the Saints.
Okay, so the NFC North with the Bears upgraded with some offensive talent with DJ Moore. The defense upgraded with 2 new linebackers, and a pass rusher. We'll see how that works out. The Detroit Lions were the darlings of the division last year. They upgraded. They made a couple moves on defense that helped them. Their defensive tackle. I think he's a rookie, or he's 1 year, and he's very good. And also, they might have the best defensive football player in football, Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah.
And then Green Bay with Jordan Love starting this year. He looked good in preseason. Their defense should be the same as last year. I mean, I just think it's all about
should be better.
But I just think about
they were too young last year.
I just think about we talked about this a couple weeks ago, and I just think Jair Alexander. He showed in games last year when he wants to play great, he plays great.
Right.
I mean, Justin Jefferson had no answer for him last game.
Yeah.
But then what's his name for the Bears lit him up like 4 times in that game.
Yeah.
He burned him deep like 3 times.
Yeah.
And I know
was that Dante Pettis
Petey
too, or something?
Our friend Petey, friend of the show, gave me the argument. Well, you know what covers are running. I don't care. It was man to man. He was with him running down sidelines. He got beat.
Right.
He got beat straight up when he was on Justin Jefferson. When there was something in front of him to prove, if Jair Alexander plays like that every single game, he could be the best quarterback in football, but I don't think he does right now. Right. And maybe that's they got to get out of him.
Maybe he just needs that motivation.
Yeah, and
now the Bears got better receivers, so maybe he'll be motivated.
Yeah, DJ Moore, maybe make him more.
Seriously.
Yeah, you're right. You never know. Maybe he was surprised that he got beat. Right. It was Dante Pettis that beat him.
It was Pettis.
I mean, I think Dante Pettis is just a little faster than I am. I'm just kidding.
No, Dante Pettis.
No.
He can run. He can run away from guys.
And then Minnesota. Minnesota is the team that people are counting out at times. But I mean, Jordan Anderson there is going to help on offense. Their offense is going to be a good offense.
No defense.
I think Hawkinson the whole year.
I think Madison is going to be a good back for them. I think they're short at the running back spot, so that may affect them. They don't have that. If Cook's not there, Madison comes in. Now, if Madison gets hurt or can't play, what happens behind
Madison?
And I do have a young guy, I believe.
You've got Madison in the league, don't you?
Yeah.
I think he's a great pick this year because there is no backup right now. Really,
they don't have that double punch like they had with Cook.
Yeah.
But so that's the 4 teams. That's the NFC North, and we can pick how you finish order if you guys want. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, let's do it.
So let's pick our winners of the division. And Ed, you get to start this one.
I'm going to go with the Lions. It's the popular pick. And I'm going to tell you right now, I think any of the other 3 teams, I think any team can win that division. And I really do. They're all equally not overpowering, I don't think. I don't know. And any one of them could probably finish last, except maybe the Lions.
I like the Lions. And the reason I like the Lions so much, they do 2 things really well. And I think Montgomery, obviously was a Bear. They're going to do two things very well. Their offensive line is really good on defensive line. That's the thing. If you can get after quarterback and run the ball, and Jared Goff, when you can do that for him, I mean, nobody's going to give him credit ever, but he takes care of with St. Brown there, and they got Marvin Jones back, and they're going to get what's his name back after 6 games, Williams, and who's a tight end there now? They got that young kid. He had a decent end of the year last year. Sam Laporta, right?
Laporta.
So I'm going to tell you right now, that offense is going to be better. And I think last year did Goff only throw like 1 interception in like the last
2.
Yeah, it was crazy. And he's not going out there and throwing 8 touchdowns a game. He's not playing for Central. But
how many quarterbacks in the Central or in the Central?
Hey,
the Norris division,
right? Where we were talking about, Rich Kotite and stuff. So that's
yeah, there you go. Yeah,
how many quarterbacks in the North have played in the Super Bowl? 1.
Yeah.
So
it's Jared Goff.
Yeah,
he basically was one good play away from winning a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
that Super Bowl was might be the worst Super Bowl ever played, hands down, one of the worst ever.
10-3, the final.
I think it was like a weird score, like even like odd. I don't know. I don't think it. I don't know.
Was it?
It was a scoregasm.
Yeah, it might have. Nah, 10-3. It could have been 10-3. I don't know.
Yeah.
But okay, so Ed, you picked the Lions. I picked the Lions. So Tim
picking the Packers.
Okay.
Yeah. If somebody says the Bears, the Packers, or the Vikings win that division, it wouldn't blow me away. It wouldn't.
The only team I can't see winning it is Minnesota, because I think they're going to take a huge step back.
Really?
They lost so much on defense. Yeah. So much.
I mean, the Bears and Packers both have fairly solid defenses.
The Bears are still missing. The pass rush is going to be their problem this year.
I don't think it'll be for the Packers. I just think their interior lineman is where
that's where the Packers. That's where the Packers in the draft again this year. Everybody said they whiffed because they went and got a project defensive end when they have pass rush.
Right.
Yeah.
They need something in the middle. And if it meant trading down or getting down and grabbing something and moving, and it's surprising what they did, because he may be great, but he's not going to be a starter. He's going to be and he might be great. He'll come in and get like 5 sacks, 8 sacks, maybe. And look what.
Don't they have
that's
Kenny
not what
Clark?
They need.
Don't they have Kenny Clark already?
Yeah, but they have no depth.
No depth. Yeah, so
okay,
there's no their line doesn't have no rotation to it.
Right.
And I don't know, maybe the kid from Iowa, they plan on rotating this out, but he's not a big body right now. He's
you're right, he's a project, but
I agree. That's
so
the one thing.
Rashawn Gary was too. It's maybe what they're kind of going for.
Right.
For Gary, 2 years, Gary was a huge project.
But Gary was a different animal too.
Right.
Yeah.
Gary was much better coming out of college.
And they got his attitude switched around.
Iowa couldn't. He didn't start at Iowa, this kid.
I know.
They don't start as freshmen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but he didn't start as a senior. He was there at the end, right?
No, he was only like a sophomore. He's young.
He had a ton of sacks, though, for the time he played. So, I mean, it's, again, he's a project.
That's the other thing, too, about the Packers. I was thinking, who's playing safety for him this year?
Exactly.
That's the problem, too.
Stokes is out, right?
But the safety,
Stokes is out.
I'm very surprised they didn't bring Amos back. Yeah. He was good. I mean,
the rumor is going to try to get Buda Baker at the trade deadline. So,
okay,
that's what they're going for. There's actually
that'd be a good pickup. He's good, and he's very good.
Yeah.
They always seem to get lucky with their defensive backs, just picking up anything and they plug them in. It's worked really well for them.
Their safeties right now, their strong safety is Rudy Ford. And the other safety is Darnell Savage.
Savage.
List their cornerbacks. They're talking about converting someone to a safety.
Cornerbacks, Jair and Keshawn Nixon.
No.
And then Russell Douglas.
Douglas, they're talking
Carrington,
about
Valentine, and Eric Stokes is listed.
I don't know. I'd be crazy why they'd move because he's so good in that slot.
Stokes.
Well, they got
a drafted cornerback from Kentucky.
Yeah, Stokes is out.
For 4 right
now. Yeah. So. Okay. Yeah. So you like the Packers.
I do.
So you guys, how do you like the division finishing, Ed? If behind the Lions?
Right now I got Lions, Vikings, Bears, Packers. That's what I have. But like I said, I think it's almost a quarter toss, just flipping a coin on some of those. I still think the Vikings are probably going to finish second. They got the best quarterback in the division. At least they got a good offense.
Best quarterback in the division, I would take Goff over. Because
I'm not talking to win a championship. I'm talking to win games.
Goff doesn't check down the fucking throat of the running back with the game on the line. So
yeah, but I mean they're gonna. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't mean with me. It's. I don't know. This division is really weird to me, but I'm gonna go with the Lions. I'm gonna say the Packers in second, Minnesota and Chicago, but I'm gonna say it this way. I mean, any team. I think the Packers, because the thing with the Packers, they have a decent team. The problem is they weren't good last year. It was weird, and they were the same team from the year before. And so we always talk about Rodgers being crappy and whatever, but the defense didn't do anything at times to really help the offense.
But how about addition by subtraction? Like,
yeah,
LaFleur gets to run his offense with the quarterback that he wants.
Yeah,
that's going to be his boy.
I mean, obviously, the big thing's going to be Jordan Love. I mean, seriously. I mean, if he can't handle it, obviously they're going to finish fourth. Yeah. If he's a little bit above average,
they're not looking for him to be Aaron Rodgers. If he's
nobody is
15th best quarterback,
that's what I'm saying. If he's
games.
Right around the 15th,
if he's Jared Goff, they're going to win 10 games and win the division.
Yeah,
it's possible.
Right.
And the Bears are kind of a wild card, I think, because Fields is so. I mean, if he has any kind of a year like he was having last year and keeps going with that or improving,
how many? So
it's going to be a tough team to stop.
From college till now, this is like what, 4 years, right? So
it's his third year in the league.
All right, how many coordinators does he have?
This is he's on his. This is his second one.
Okay,
he's still on Luke Getsy. They were together last year.
Okay,
his first year he didn't play at all, and he did play. Did he? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he played a couple games.
Then last year he started, but their offense, and Luke Getsy, and that's the thing about nobody understands. Game 6, Luke Getsy, they did something different.
They started throwing the Komet.
And from game 6 to like game 10 or 11 or something like that, the Bears offense averaged 35 points a game.
Yeah.
Or 32. They lost all those games because their defense was giving up 40.
Right.
And it was nothing to do. The offense didn't make, they had probably a couple turnovers, but it was nothing. And I'm not putting this Fields, but they ran the ball well, and everything they were doing was working. Their offense played fine.
Right.
It's about the defense of the Bears right now. People are going, Fields got to be this. Same thing with Fields.
Yeah,
if he could be top 15,
right,
and be in that situation, and if he runs the ball like he did last year at any point, the defense has to play better.
Right.
You can't lose a game 30 to 35-30 and go, well, Fields is terrible.
How bad is the defense then if they're the best running team in football, which usually means you're keeping your defense off the field?
Oh, they were terrible. Well, they trade everybody. They got rid of everybody.
No, but I know that. But I'm saying, how, because they got rid of Roquan, they got rid of.
But Roquan was.
I know the other. Who was the other end?
Robert Quinn, who got arrested recently.
Yeah,
and Khalil Mack got traded too. Right. I mean, those are all trades that had to be done. They were necessary.
Exactly. It's just like you're breaking up the core. You have to.
But getting Tremont Edwards, they got this year, and they grabbed up. Who's the other? I forget the kid's name. Sanborn will be their linebacker, and then I can't remember the other guy they got in free agency. They got
Edwards,
Tremaine Edwards, and they got one more guy. I can't remember his name. Whatever. They all helped that with the run, I believe. But that's the problem with the Bears too. They couldn't stop the run last year. They were god awful against the run. I mean, they were
the best running team and probably the worst.
One of the best running teams because of Fields, obviously, and they were terrible against the run. But that's a problem. They could stop the run last year, but the thing it worked out because they ended up with the number 1 pick and it got them value. So that's what they wanted. That's why the defense was so bad. I mean, I don't think they were tanking games, but they just had no answer. And they upgraded their cornerback situation is going to be better this year. But I still think they don't have the interior line. I think that's the problem with the Bears. They don't even got, at least the Packers have Kenny Clark.
I want to see him try and outscore teams. That's what I want to see him try. Yeah. It's going to be fun to watch.
Good luck.
No, it's going to be fun to
watch.
NFL,
you can't do like college. It's so much different. Right. So much different stuff you see.
But, Packers did it a couple of years ago, a few years back.
Right.
Outscoring teams, got them in the playoffs.
Yeah, the nice thing about the NFL, though, is that you can go from...
You're not going to win a championship doing that.
Worst to first by adding 2 or 3 players.
Yep.
And I do think one of the best... And I know I'm a Bear fan. I think one of the best pickups was DJ Moore. I think that's a huge pick.
I think that made the whole trade.
He's easily, in the right situation, he's a top 5 receiver.
Yeah.
But he's never been in the right situation.
No.
He's always been a guy that gets these numbers. And you think about it, go to fantasy draft, people pick DJ Moore, and it was like, oh, okay.
Right.
And then you look, and he's like, oh, he's got decent numbers. I mean, he's a good number 2 receiver in fantasy.
Right.
This year he could be a number 1. I mean, he could be a number 1 in fantasy, and he could be a top 5 receiver. I mean, and they're going to feed him the ball.
But you said earlier too about Fields being a top 15 quarterback in fantasy. He's a top 10 for sure, without even thinking.
Right.
No question.
But yeah, it's a different.
It's a different thing.
Yeah.
I mean, so
yeah.
Let's wild cards.
Oh yeah, wild cards. NFC. Go ahead, Tim. You start us up.
I have the Cowboys, Niners, and Lions.
Pew, pew, pew.
Pew, pew.
Cowboys who?
Cowboys, Niners, and Lions.
Who'd you have winning? You had the Packers winning that division. That's right.
Yep.
Okay. I got Cowboys, Falcons, because I got the Saints win. I'm picking 2 teams coming out of that shit division, and then the Rams.
They have 30 undrafted players on their roster.
Picking the Rams.
All right.
He thinks Sean McVay's hot.
How about how to side bet they don't make the playoffs?
There's a whole bunch of side bets.
All right, let's put a parlay together then, my friend.
I don't bet on anything.
Okay. I'm going to go with the Giants.
I almost took them.
And the Cowboys.
3 teams out of one division.
It's happened.
It was the worst division in football 2 years ago.
And I'm going to take the Packers.
Nice.
Man, you just cannot give up on those Packers. Always in the playoffs.
Well, I mean, you guys talked me into it. They're going to be. They got a good defense, and they do have.
In the division. In the division's possibly weak. We don't even know.
That's the other thing too with the Packers too. Their defense coordinator. They always end up with these guys that.
Yeah.
The guy that Pettin, whatever his name is, he's still there, right?
Mike Pettin.
Yeah. The old Browns coach.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the stuff he did last year too. Maybe it was bad. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's just bad situation. They don't put him in the right situations sometimes too. It's odd.
Right.
You know what the NFC North reminds me of? The AL Central.
No.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
That's
the
pretty
Twins,
cool.
I'd rather
Twins eke it out again.
So Minnesota Twins, Chicago, don't have a Green Bay baseball team, but they can be
Cleveland.
They can be Cleveland.
I would compare them to AFC South, the AL Central.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Okay, so who do we like now? Okay, we got this. Let's get down to the nitty gritty now.
All right.
Who do you like for your Final Four? So NFC Championship game, and don't give us your winner yet.
Okay.
So who's going to be in the game, Tim?
I have the Niners and the Eagles.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Ed.
It's got to be. I'm going Niners and Eagles again.
I'm going to do it just because. Lions and Eagles. NFC Championship game. I'll pick them.
Okay.
AFC Championship game. Who do you like?
It was my turn?
It is.
Yep.
I'm going to go Bengals. They always play good in the playoffs. And I'm going to say I'm going to go Chargers.
Okay.
Off the wall.
I like it.
I'm going to go the Chiefs and the Jets.
Oh, he's running this Jets thing.
Hey,
You just really like that Rodgers guy.
Hey, I'm
AFL's calling.
yeah. That's awesome. It is Lenny Dawson.
Hey, we merged in 1970.
Oh, that's an old school matchup too. That's nice. Good call.
Yeah.
Good call. So who do you like to win the NFC? Who do you like to be in the Super Bowl?
Niners and Bills. Well, you didn't ask me my AFC.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
The Bills and Bengals.
Oh, yeah. I thought you said it. My fault. Yeah.
I thought you did say it.
No, he didn't. I must have.
I knew you were going to say
first.
that. How about that? I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, I like the Bengals in the playoffs.
Okay, so who do you like winning the game? Did you say? Oh, who do you like in the Super Bowl then, Tim? Say it again. I'm sorry.
Niners and Buffalo.
And who's your winner?
Buffalo.
Okay.
And I got Niners beating the Eagles and the Bengals beating the Chargers to go to the Super Bowl.
Okay, so I'm gonna break my streak. I'm sure this year, but I this is true, Tim. 3 years in a row, I picked the Super Bowl winner. Okay. Tampa, LA,
Chefs,
and then the Chiefs last year.
Right.
Okay, so my Super Bowl matchup will be the Jets and the Eagles, and the Jets are winning the Super Bowl.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna. I gotta get it wrong eventually, so it'll be wrong this year. But I'm taking the Jets to win the Super Bowl this year. Their defense is very good, if not one of the best. I think Garrett Wilson is a star waiting to happen. I really do.
Who's blocking for him?
They got a good line. They got the
Right. We got a side bet. What were we doing? Side bets again?
Yes.
Rodgers gets injured by the third game from getting.
I'll say the fifth game.
Now, that was part of the problem last year in Green Bay. His line was terrible at times.
Yeah.
That's what killed him last
Oh,
year.
and he was
Everybody
beat
him
up
up for
the
that.
whole- yeah.
Everybody beat him up for that. And the line, he makes the linemen look good because they always get these great grades. And if you watch games, those guys got great grades and they were good linemen. Don't get me wrong, but they're getting 90s and 95s. And you watch games, he's running away from guys and making plays.
Right.
That counts as a non-sack.
Right.
They don't, that counts.
Yeah, and they're running Yosh Kawano out there, whatever that guy's name is.
Yosh Kawano.
Yosh Nijman.
No Scheiman.
He'll be traded by.
So I like the Jets, and then against the Eagles. I guess Eagles take a double dip, and although we all took the Eagles, and very rarely is a team that
I did.
won the year before, or you have them in the playoffs though.
I had them in the playoffs.
The team that usually loses the Super Bowl, they have a hard time the next year.
Right.
I don't think the Eagles are built like that. I think they're too good.
Yeah.
And they added like 7 more Georgia players.
Yeah, all that. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Keep building those championships from
They had a really good draft too.
They had really good.
You build champions out of champions.
Yep.
So do you guys want to talk about?
I didn't get. We're not going to pick Super Bowls or no?
Oh yeah, we did. I'm sorry, I didn't get to you. Yeah. Yeah, you picked yours.
Who'd I pick?
He didn't pick.
Oh, I thought he did. My bad. I'm confused.
I picked the Bengals beating the Niners.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's an old school Super Bowl.
Yeah, finally.
John Taylor ain't going to catch a touchdown this time.
No.
Finally, Kenny Anderson wins it. No.
Sam White. God rest his soul. So bang. Okay, nice. Yeah, hand those in when you're done. I'll keep them underneath the thing. Hand them in. Like,
I got mine.
We're not done yet. We're going to do, you got MVPs and stuff picked?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
that's what I want to do next.
I'll look at the list of, I had it here, so let's just go.
I picked the defensive player of the year last year. I remember that. I
Okay,
don't remember if I picked MVP.
Right. Let's start.
I already have mine. Sleeper. He's coming out of retirement. Tom Brady.
Jesus.
Comeback player of the year.
Yeah. I remember my first podcast.
Okay, let's start with let's start with comeback player of the year. Right. Let's do that. So who do you guys like? And write this on your sheet too.
Mine's already written down.
Yep, go ahead.
It's an easy choice.
Yep.
DeMar, what's his name from Buffalo?
Hamlin. Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Who do you like, Ed?
It's a ready-made story. I like how all he's got to do is start
the
week
Rams
1.
quarterback. What the hell's his name? Matt
Stafford.
Stafford.
It's a good call.
If he doesn't get another concussion.
I got him in the playoffs, man.
I would take Calvin Ridley, but I don't think the NFL will give him that award because what he did. But I'm going to take John Mechie.
Oh, I like John Mechie.
The guy that had cancer, Bama. He came back, plays for the Texans now. Yeah. He's going to have a role. So I'm going to take Mechie in that. Just because I think that's a story also with DeMar Hamlin. Yeah. Let's go to the next bet. Or next, not bet. Let's do coach of the year.
Mike McCarthy, that's for sure.
Who do you like for coach of the year? Tim.
Mike Tomlin.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a
goes
good
with your Steeler. I like it.
Let me look back at my chart here. Who I got?
E for Blues. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna say Doug Peterson.
Okay, that's a good pick. And I'm gonna go with. Wait for it.
Don't do it.
Robert Saleh.
You didn't say McCarthy. I was going to say
no. And I don't think Saleh might not get it because they'll look at the team he has and just go, well, he don't deserve it. It's going to be some kind of, it'll be a team like if the Carolina wins a division or something like that, or wins 9-8 games, it'll be something like
the Bears.
You know what? I'm talking myself out of this. I'm changing it because he's expected. I think he's expected to do well. Right. I'm gonna go with
Ooh, you know who'd be a good one too? Sean Payton.
You know what I'm gonna go with?
Shut your mouth.
You know I'm gonna go with and he's expected, but
that is a good pick.
They're gonna give it to him. I think they will if they do well. Is
especially when Stidham's starting by week 6.
Dan Campbell. I'm going Campbell.
Ooh,
I like DeMarco Ryans is a dark horse.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I can see them winning 8 games and getting that award.
Yeah. I'm taking Campbell because they're expected to do well, but I think it's more of a if they do it.
I think
okay, you took the Lions that are promised land.
Right, exactly. Yeah. How do you not? Right.
Yeah.
And especially if they go to the playoffs and win a game. I know, and it's based off the regular.
But if they get to the playoffs and win the division or just get in and it doesn't matter. They're going to be.
Do you think they'd give it to LaFleur if the Packers do good?
No. LaFleur would have to.
I'm just saying with what he has.
I mean,
now.
if
he's got a good team.
If they won like
but
13,
it's not
with
the
a rookie
team.
quarterback, or essentially a rookie.
That's what I'm saying. Like you have a rookie quarterback essentially, and a little weaker of a team. Where I feel like this might be his first. We've even said this might be his first true year coaching.
The Packers are expected to win every year. They really are. I mean,
are they this year though?
No, but
I think they're being overlooked. That's just my personal opinion, and
they could
not being a homer. Like they have a good defense, they have good running backs, they have great receivers. You know,
he's got players there.
They're young. I think their average age was like 29.7.
I think they're the youngest team in football right now.
The oldest player on the team is Bakhtiari, like 31.
Bakhtiari is 31. Yeah.
31.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, they're a very young team. So, sorry for kicking you there, Timmy.
Whatever.
Okay, how about defensive player of the year?
There's like a handful. I like Myles Garrett. I think he's so underrated because he plays for Cleveland, and I think he's a great player. So,
who do you like, Ed?
Hutchinson.
I agree.
Yes, good call.
I think Hutchinson might go after that sack record. I think this year it's gonna be close. Mm-hmm. And that with that line, they're a good team. So
who was close to breaking? Oh, TJ Watt was almost. He tied it, right?
Watt got to 20, right?
Yeah, but he ain't gonna.
Yeah,
It's a different kind of player, though. He's only, well, I mean,
Oh, he had 22 and a half sacks in 2021.
So did he break it then? Did he get the record?
oh, and he had a good year last year.
Is he playing against Aaron Rodgers? Does he pull a Favre and fall down for Strahan?
No, that was terrible. Dumbest thing I've seen in my life.
And we're going to do an O player and an MVP, right?
Offensive player. We're going to do offensive player of the year next. Actually, we'll do that now.
All right.
Oh, TJ Watt tied with
Strahan, 22 and a half.
yes, 22 and a half.
Okay, offensive. So who do you like, Ed? We'll go with you.
So this is an MVP. This is the offense. And
It's usually not the same guys. It's usually not
Right.
a quarterback anymore. They change it.
I'm going to go Justin Jefferson.
Okay. You like?
I like Lamar Jackson.
Lamar. Okay, that's a nice pick.
Mhm.
I'm going to go with. You know what?
And running backs are tough because they're so well. Yeah, I mean they're just all over the place.
Yeah, there's so many. I'm gonna go with. Let me think here. So, yeah, I'm kind of in a quandary here. That's
I mean,
the correct
I
word
like
for it.
Lamar if he comes back and has a great year again, and then loses in the first round of the playoffs.
He should have been your comeback player of the year then.
Yeah, he would be the comeback player if he
Double
wins.
dip. But he probably won't get both. I don't think I agree with you. I'm gonna go with. Hey, there's so many different guys here, and I just don't trust some of these guys. But who'd you say, Ed?
Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, and you said Lamar Jackson. Yep. I'm gonna go with McCaffrey.
Nice, I like that.
And then we're gonna head to
because he's probably not going to put up the best numbers. He's going to put up a wide range of numbers.
Yeah,
we're doing rookie of the year.
Yeah, we'll do that right now. Rookie of the year,
offensive and defensive.
Mm-hmm.
Sure,
separate awards.
Sure. So let's do offensive first. Offensive rookie of the year.
Gibbs from Detroit.
Okay.
Bijan.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Bijan also.
No quarterbacks.
Not
a thing really.
I don't know.
They the toddler in Carolina.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough with Stroud and. I mean, the thing is, if they have a good year, they're gonna be there. They'll be there.
Actually, I think out of the quarterbacks for the first round quarterbacks that are starting, I think Richardson would be the one that would be offensive.
Yeah, because he's gonna run the ball.
Right.
He's gonna have more like a Justin Fields, Lamar Jackson type field.
He's got a ton of upside, but he's also got the lowest floor too.
And to be honest, if last year was Fields' first year, he would have been offensive. He would have been rookie of the year.
Yeah.
No question.
100%. Yeah.
And
who won last year? Rookie of the year, offensive.
Good question.
Look it up. You got that magic book in front of you. Defensive rookie of the year.
Jalen Carter from the Eagles.
Oh, Garrett Wilson.
Baby Rhino.
Yeah. Garrett Wilson.
Baby Rhino.
That name come up again.
You
know what?
Would you say Jalen Carter?
Jalen Carter. University of Georgia.
Who's the guy in the car crash thing?
Him.
Okay.
I'm gonna change my offensive player of the year.
Okay.
To Garrett Wilson.
He was offensive rookie of the year last year.
Rookie
offensive player of the year. I want to take him.
So now you got two coaches and two offensive players. No wonder why you're winning all these. You got like 62 extra players.
No, I got rid of them.
Scott's gonna pull out like 6 Super Bowl winners. Yeah, I picked these guys.
I really did. That's good. I picked the 3.
See, we got Houston, and they're just to cover his ass.
So you.
The Oilers. What the fuck?
Throw Carolina in there. What the hell?
Redskins?
So who do you like for defensive player?
Who's that?
Who do you like defensive?
Offensive rookie.
You said a name. And
Jalen Carter.
Jalen Carter. And he's from where? Oh, yeah.
Philly.
He was that guy.
The guy that Bears were talking about. He moved away from him.
Baby Rhino.
Yeah. Good call.
I don't even know who's a defensive rookie. Is there a Sauce Gardner guy? He's not a rookie anymore.
He might have
second
won.
year. Yeah. I think he won last year.
Right.
Did he not?
He did. They had both offensive in New York.
Okay.
Will Anderson for the Texans. He's linebacker.
That's who I'm taking.
Yeah.
I'm taking Will Anderson.
I have no idea who that is.
Yep.
I'm not taking one because I don't know.
Okay. So MVP. For those that don't know, that's the best player in high school football or pro football.
High school.
Nobody threw 9 touchdowns in that.
He beat me to it.
Yeah. So who do you like for MVP, Tim?
Josh Allen. I think he's going to carry the Bills.
Joe Burrow.
Good pick.
Guess my pick.
Fucking
Aaron
Rodgers.
Aaron.
But I said that last week,
I'm
though.
picking him.
I said that if he has a really good year,
that's
he's
what I'm
MVP,
taking.
no question.
That's what I'm taking.
Yeah, motivated.
I don't know if he'll have the numbers, but I think he's gonna have enough. I think he's gonna get. He didn't when he won the last MVP a few years ago. His numbers were better than a couple guys, but he got it.
Right.
And it's just about how the team goes.
If he does his 32 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, he's going to get the MVP.
And they make they make the playoffs or even win the division, which I'm picking. See,
I called this.
I have to go. Well, I said when he left, when he went there, I said he's going to be
the NFL would love it.
He's not. His odds are not great either. Well, they're plus 1,500 to win MVP. Mahomes is high as Joe Burrow, Josh Allen. So
Burrow's high on there too because I picked
second.
I picked
Allen's
the Bengals
third.
to win it.
Mahomes is a favorite. Lamar's there, Aaron Rodgers, Trevor Lawrence, Tua, Justin Fields, Dak Prescott.
I don't like the Chiefs Mahomes thing because it's been how many years now? 3 years in a row.
That's a good sleeper though. If you have money to spend,
what's that?
Plus 1,800, Trevor Lawrence.
Ooh,
it's not bad. I mean,
put $100 on it, wins you 18 grand. I mean, he could have a year that he could be MVP.
Doug Peterson's a good coach.
Yeah, but
they have a good offense.
Coach of the year, according to Ed.
Yeah, and like the last 8 or 9 games last year, his game he amped it up.
I mean, look at him in the wild card game.
Yeah.
He battled back in that game.
It's not so funny that Reese spent $12 on him now, is it?
Well, it still could have been less.
I'm joking.
And he kept, not to make fun of people, he kept Romeo Dobbs at $13.
Who? Did he even get drafted? He didn't even get drafted in our other league.
But I'm just saying, $13 for he might not be number 2. The other kid they like a lot too, and he's out, like he's hurt too. Dobbs right now.
Yeah, that
they have another
guy.
Yeah, they have another guy that they've been pushing a little bit. So
and he's a slot receiver who's going to get a lot of catches.
Yeah, and
the reason they didn't, because Cobb was doing it, and he's not quick enough to play that position,
Right.
And he's old. He's only getting 12 reps a game.
By the way, my dark horse undrafted free agent Malik Heath did make the team. So.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, so that is our picks for the NFL.
That was fun.
I like the NFL.
It was fun.
My NFL is my favorite, and my team usually sucks, so it's my NFL still my favorite.
Yeah.
So
can we pick some of the worst teams?
Sure, go ahead. Who do you think?
I mean,
who do you think? Well, I'm going to pick first. I'm saying it. I think the team that's going to be the worst team in the NFL this year is the Cardinals.
Absolutely.
I don't think it's even close. I think they can go. I think they could not win a game.
They might.
I mean, it's hard in the NFL not to win a game, but that their division is better than well, the Rams could give them a win, possibly, because the Rams are kind of
Rams are going to be a wild card team.
No, I like the Rams though because it's hard when you got Stafford and McVay
and
they got Aaron Donald, so they got
and that's it. And 30 undrafted players.
Leonard Floyd.
So the
is he still there even?
So
yeah, I thought he was.
And Cam Akers. So the consensus is the Cards are the worst team. I mean, I don't think.
All right, here's their schedule for this year. Cardinals, Commanders.
I'm sorry. Didn't you give us a stat a few weeks ago? They're like they're not they're favored to win no games.
They're not favored to win. They're not favored in any game this year.
Yeah.
Well, here's their schedule: Cardinals, Commanders, Giants, Cardinals, Cowboys, Cardinals.
You can just say the team.
Yeah, I don't.
You're not saying Cardinals every time.
Niners, Bengals, Rams, Seahawks. I think the Seahawks could give them a win.
No,
Ravens,
Seahawks are gonna be a playoff team.
Browns, Falcons, Texans. I think they could beat Rams.
That could be the
Steelers, Niners, Bears.
Those are almost all
Eagles,
playoff teams.
Seahawks.
Those are almost all playoff.
The
teams.
Bears will lose to them.
The Texans.
That's
at
Texans,
home. That's
Cardinals,
at home on Christmas Eve.
Texans, Cardinals for the number 1 pick.
Well, the only thing about the Cardinals, if the Bears have any chance of anything in Christmas Eve, the Cardinals ain't going to want to be there, so they're going to want to get on a plane and go home. And even if the Cardinals, even if the Bears don't have a chance, the Bears will probably still beat them because it's the Cardinals. They want to be there anyway. It's Christmas Eve.
It's cold.
Who's scheduled? The NFL. Okay, and that's my ugly. That's my bad and ugly too. The NFL is scheduling games on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. What is the point? And it's a 3:00 game in Chicago.
And again, Scott's taken more good and bad and uglies. He's taken 12 head coaches.
I know. He's got 6 Super Bowl winners.
Jesus Christ. 2 of them, he's got McCaffrey and Garrett Wilson as offensive players.
You know why I keep
talk
saying,
about Rich Kotite? What the fuck?
You know I keep naming teams because then what I do is I edit it later in the year. Guys, listen what I picked.
Right.
And that team name's in there.
Right.
God, it's on the
it sounds like this. So my team to win the Super Bowl is New York Jets. And it sounds like really automated. Like, what the hell? That doesn't sound right. He didn't say that.
Houston Texans.
We got to do it like Snoop Dogg, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Keep talking.
My pick to win the Super Bowl is the Dallas Cowboys. Pew, pew. That sounds real.
That does sound real, actually.
So what does you guys got? Any other? And you got something about somebody you said. What do you got?
I got a few things. I want to head back to college football.
Want to circle back?
Yeah, circle back.
Oh, what?
So our boy Kurt Ferentz, he has a clause in his contract that he has to average 25 points a game this year or he loses his job. Guess how many points they scored?
25.
24.
Who puts a clause like that in a contract?
It's his kid is the offensive coordinator as well. So
isn't he just about winning games? Did he win?
They won.
So if they go, no, wait, they did win the game. But if they went 0-12 and he's averaged 26 game, he's safe.
He's
Yeah.
safe. Yeah.
And his son's the offensive coordinator.
Yep.
So does he go home, like when they only score 8 points? Boy, I'm going to slap your mommy right in the face. One of those ones.
Pretty much.
Is this? Can you imagine? Is this dad Foghorn Leghorn again? That's what it sounded like again.
Exactly. Talking about fucking Iowa, not fucking Arkansas.
I say, you just scored a point, son. I say.
That's goddamn Smokey the
I'm
Bandit.
a chicken hawk.
It's a Smokey and the Bandit reference.
Yeah, but it was Foghorn Leghorn.
He was from Arkansas.
It was Foghorn Leghorn.
Can you imagine at the end of the year, Iowa AD's like, oh, Kirk, let's see, you averaged 24.4. Ooh, I think you're done.
Yeah, well, thanks for playing.
Right.
Pat Fitzgerald's free.
Yeah, Kurt Ferentz, how does he keep his job where like his outrage with strength coach being a racist and, doing all these things, but I have to look up the story. I know there was some
racist thing.
Yeah.
It seems like college football really draws in the racists.
Right.
It does. It's kind of like you go, like I was at a school thing the other day because I'm working at a school and you start hearing them talking. It's like, well, not our test scores, but we need to improve on this. We need to improve on this. These test scores have been low for 20 years. And I'm like, aren't all you assholes in the school system? What have you been doing for fucking 20 years?
Right.
I was thinking that. I'm like, well, we got to change this.
Right.
You're the ones that put that in there.
Why don't you just teach what you got and be done with it? How's that sound?
But it just makes it seem like it's like, yeah, we've been failing for 20 years and now we need to do something different.
Now
it's
we
like,
do. We might lose our
But
funding.
that's what it kind of reminds
Right.
me of. Is like, why are all these racists?
Right.
It's like they just.
And his wife was always the strength coach too. Like you ever notice, like
Yeah, it is.
right.
It's always like,
Urban Meyer had that problem with the Jaguars. You brought that one dude in, and he was on his staff.
could you imagine? I'm guessing it's some. I don't know what the situation is, but could you imagine the guy? It's like,
Right.
is he really like sitting there going, man, I really don't like a lot of minority type people. I think I'm gonna get a job as a strength coach at a college football program.
I like how he toned on the Foghorn Leghorn that time.
I toned it down because that would have been really racist.
Because
but I mean,
the flannel on, he turns into a redneck.
but it's got to be somebody from the South, So
Right.
it's like,
I say.
there's no chance we're going to run into those kind of people at this program. What?
Right.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it.
It's like, I'm not going to keep going because it's just ridiculous, but it's so stupid.
You ever watch Friday Night Lights, the TV show?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
You sound like Buddy, the car dealer owner.
I
The
thought
guy
you were going to say
the
Tom
booster.
Mater.
No, remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that? He was the owner. He kind of sounded like him just now.
I say.
His name was Buddy, right?
I think so.
Buddy, yeah. Buddy the Elf was favorite color.
That's a good show.
And what else you got, Tim?
Kind of a local flavor. How does Boston College feel paying NIU to come in to play them and only beat them 27-24 in overtime? Like, I always love those money games, like Appalachian State, Michigan. I can't remember who it was last year that they paid $1 million and they got beat. So
How much did Baylor play Texas State to play them?
well, I don't know. Oh, they got.
Baylor was favored by 27 and lost.
Did they really?
Yeah, to Texas State, I believe, at home.
The Texas State Armadillos?
Was it Texas State? I know it was
Might have been
somebody.
Texas State.
They lost like 35
was
to 27 or
wasn't
something.
that,
like that.
That was necessary roughness.
Yeah, necessary roughness. Oh, wait, can you check that, Jace? Who did Baylor lose to? What was the score? They
was-
were 27 point.
Remember
favorites,
when Texas State got the Armadillos got sanctioned?
Yeah.
What coach did they bring in because he was? Do you know?
Yeah, I do know, and I can hear the speech and stuff too.
Hector Elizondo.
Nice.
But what was the name of the coach on the show?
I can't remember.
Oh,
It
you gotta
was.
know
I
this.
don't think you're talking about Baylor.
Yeah, Baylor lost to a Texas team.
They beat Texas State 29-20, and they beat Southern Texas 66-7.
That's old. That's got to be last year or something.
This is like, oh, you're talking about this season?
Yeah,
Oh!
they just played him yesterday.
I remember my first podcast.
It was Ed Straight Arrow Gennaro.
Ed, yeah, that's right.
Texas State Bobcats.
Yep.
42-31 they lost.
Yeah.
At Baylor.
Ooh.
27-point favorites.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They stomped a mud hole in them too.
Right.
Yeah. Texas State went 14 back-to-back 14-point quarters in the first half.
Nobody's playing defense in college football right now.
What's defense? I don't think anybody in any sport plays that.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
So my last point is Keegan Bradley whining about not making I shouldn't say whining, him not making the Ryder Cup team. Obviously he was disappointed because he loves the Ryder Cup. He's had experience in it before. But to say that he was an outsider and that's the reason why he didn't make the team is, I don't know, ludicrous.
Yeah.
An excuse. Like,
Yeah.
you didn't play well down the stretch.
Yeah, they're picking the best players. To
Right,
go.
exactly. I mean, and I didn't get a chance to pick his record and stuff too. He had made a comment that, a lot of these guys are friends on the team. Well, of course you want to play with someone that you're familiar with and, get picked up and, good chemistry.
Who's the captain?
Was Stricker the captain?
He's
No.
the captain.
No, Stricker's not the captain. It's not Couples either.
I can't think of his name.
I can't think of who it is either. It's,
Right, but I was glad that Koepka made it.
Yeah, I was. He's my favorite golfer, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I would say that DeChambeau is probably an outsider more than Keegan Bradley.
Yeah,
is, you know? So for him to make that comment and DeChambeau, who shot the lowest round and tied for the lowest round in history at a 59.
Yeah.
He doesn't make the Ryder Cup team. He's got more right to bitch than Keegan Bradley does. So even though Keegan won 2 tournaments this year, and like I said, down the stretch, I think his last 5 or 6 tournaments, he missed a cut in one. And I don't think he finished in the top 20 in the other 2. So, I know a lot of it is, what have you done for me lately? But, play better next year.
Yeah, I mean, especially when it's
you got 2 years to practice for the next one.
Right, exactly.
He can't blame nobody else but himself for playing poorly. It's not like it's a team sport where he can say, "Well, that guy didn't block for me, so I got tackled,"
right,
or something like that. He's hitting the ball.
Coach told me I would have had 9 touchdowns.
Too soon.
Yeah.
You got anything else, Ed?
I got all kinds of stuff. Timmy, you watched the league? Did you watch that when I was on or no?
Oh, was that the fantasy football?
Yeah,
no.
You didn't watch it. Okay.
Taco Corp.
I got all kinds of trivia for that too, but we can't do it unless we have like 2 or 3 guys that know what we're doing.
I don't know if anybody else watched it here. I don't know if Willie did.
It's a lame bunch of assholes.
I don't know. Do a couple of your Willie.
I do have a shower stall too.
Oh, go ahead. You want to do it?
Do you want to do older than Willie?
No, let's do a shower stall first. Let me play the theme.
Right, yeah.
Ready?
Anybody in the shower in 10 seconds gonna get fined $100.
Full Durham?
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3
Lollygaggers!
4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, hurry it up, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi.
So, have you guys purchased your electric vehicle yet? They're all the rage with the yuppies in Austin and Madison. These are overpriced pieces of shit that need an hour and a half of charging to go 100 miles in optimum conditions. Electric vehicles are this generation's new Coke. How are these shysters at the car companies getting away with this scam? These things should sell less than Bud Light at a Merle Haggard concert. What are they paying the marketing team? They must have hired Sterling Cooper, Draper, and Price to run their ad campaign. However they are doing it, I would love to be a fly on the wall in that board meeting. Guys, gals, they, them. And on the newly installed mahogany perch, Steve the Owl. Woo! Someone get Steve a treat. Anyways, I have a revolutionary plan, a plan that will change the world. I'm joking, but it'll make a few of us really rich. It's called the EV, short for electric vehicle. And here's my plan to make the unwashed masses revere us and shower us with praise, similar to previous visionaries like Bill Gates and Hitler and that Polish lady who invented cancer. First, we use slave labor in third world shitholes to mine the raw materials needed to make these huge, expensive, inefficient batteries. It's difficult work that will poison the land and decrease life expectancies in these developing nations. Steve the Owl, I see your wing up. Do you have a question? What's that? Did you say use child slaves instead? That's genius! Someone get Steve another treat. This is going on those transgender type things, where anybody can be anything. So we use child slaves in shithole countries to do the mining for these shitty batteries. I love it when a plan comes together. Second, we pay off politicians who create laws and regulations that guarantee only our vehicles can be purchased over far more efficient gas-powered vehicles. Tell these morons it'll save the planet or some other stupid shit. Something that pulls well with white suburban women who think they're intelligent. Third, and here is where I'm having difficulty. Obviously, these new vehicles are garbage, but they cost twice as much to produce. No person will pay double for an inferior product. You guys have any ideas? Oh my God, is that Steve's wing I see over there again? What's that? So you're saying we bribe the politicians to give us a kickback for each vehicle to cover the cost of production? Marcy, go get Steve another treat. Anyone else want to chirp in besides Steve? Finally, we take all these shit batteries that fail after a couple years, send them back to Africa, dig a big hole, and dump them in the ground. If we get caught, we'll buy some carbon credits or whatever the fat fuck Al Gore is selling these days. It's kind of how it's going.
Pretty much.
So I was just writing that while in the toilet the other day. So obviously it was a pretty big dumper.
Yeah.
Do I play? No, never mind.
So you got the Willie or older stuff?
Oh, I got some Willie stuff too. Yeah, okay. We'll do some of that. I mean, it's hard to. I want to laugh in his face, but he's never here. All right, you ready, Timmy?
Okay, we'll take turns. So if you guess right, then you can guess what year.
Yeah, you got to guess
what year the product or thing came or was invented.
I've got like 50 now.
Oh, we'll just
Let's
do
do
like
a bunch.
10. Let's do 10.
Okay, let's start. We'll start at the top. Gatorade. Willie or Gatorade?
Willie's older.
Willie is older.
Yeah.
What year was Gatorade invented?
63.
Close. You want to guess the year or no? You just go with
No, he's
65.
Oh, nice. Good guess.
I'll erase that one. Credit cards.
I'm going to say credit cards are older.
Credit cards are older.
1957.
1950.
Huh?
Quite a bit older.
Diners Club, right?
Yeah. I could be.
Good call. Yeah, that's probably was it.
Michael Jordan.
Willie.
Barely. Yep. What year?
He just turned 60. So 63.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
good job.
Just for 60, yeah.
Willie's 10 years older than me, so he's 61.
Yeah,
the wireless television remote. Or Willie?
Willie's older.
No. TV remote's older.
TV remote is older.
Wireless remote.
Yeah,
Guess the year.
57.
Older than that, 53. They had a wireless TV, so I don't know how they were like the.
Was it just the on and off thing though? I think maybe it was. It
probably
wasn't like an actual turn the channel. I think it was where you could turn it on and off. Maybe.
Maybe I don't know. I know it's older.
I was been surprised about some of these inventions, how early they came up.
Right. Oh, they got the UFO in 47, right?
LED lights came from that.
Yep.
Europe. Pop-Tarts.
Oh shit. I think Pop-Tarts are older than Willie.
They are not.
Damn.
Willie's older than Pop-Tarts.
What year you think?
Well,
I'm gonna guess
Willie's
too.
61, so we'll say like 66.
I'm gonna guess like 74.
64.
Okay, 10 years. Okay. Oh, you guys like Pop-Tarts?
Yeah, I like Pop-Tarts.
The strawberry ones I do.
I mean, I don't mind them. I'm just
It's
asking.
been a long time. Honestly,
yeah.
It's been a long time since I've had them because Murphy would never eat. Well, he would ask for 2, and then I would eat 1 because he would never finish.
I like them a little more burnt too. Just a little bit of burn on them.
Yeah.
It gives them a little extra. You're up.
Yeah.
Weird Al Yankovic or Willie.
I think Weird Al's older.
Weird Al is older.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna say he was born in 60.
60.
You know, Willie was born in what year? 61.
61.
I'm gonna say he was born in 58.
59. Close.
Yeah, because I think he's yeah.
All right.
Did you watch that Weird Al on?
I heard that's really good.
I loved
Terrible.
it. He hated it.
What?
He hated it.
It was just so. It was
The one with Daniel.
yeah.
I thought it was.
Really?
Great
It was
'cause
just.
it's
It
so-
wasn't real. It was just a big spoof.
That's the whole
Like
thing.
everything he did.
That's what Weird
That's
Al
the whole
does.
point.
I get it, but I was like, it was okay.
Do you remember
but
LTV? He would do like the interviews with guys, and he would just take an interview with Oprah, and then he would cut it out. And
Do you
use
remember
parts.
the Christopher Guest mockumentaries, like Best in
Yeah.
Show and stuff like that?
Oh, yeah.
Did you like those?
yeah, they were decent. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, I get it,
A
but
Mighty Wind?
Yeah.
I love those.
I kind of want to see Riddell's real life though. See how it started. Maybe it was boring though. Maybe that's why he did it. Yeah.
His whole life is just a mockumentary.
Yeah.
It is.
Hey, do you think The Blind Side was realistic then? Too soon?
All right. Who's next?
I had Weird Al. Yeah.
Okay, so the pocket calculator or Willie.
I just saw this somewhere.
Texas Instruments, so that's going to be close. I'm going to say the pocket calculator
Is older than Willie.
Yes.
It is not. Willie's older than the calculator.
Pocket calculator.
Yeah.
Right.
What year?
63.
67.
Damn.
Wow. Hey, you think about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right. I guess I didn't harvest the information from the UFO.
Yeah. Microwave ovens.
I think they're older than Willie.
Yeah. What year?
1949.
Close. 47.
Damn.
They've been on a long time. They were like giant. They were like,
Right.
they
Yeah.
were, yeah.
Like a room.
Yeah.
It's
Probably.
it's actually a pretty easy concept. I mean, it all it does is just vibrate your food until
Right.
it heats up. It's
They couldn't really figure out
Yeah.
why the guys that worked near the big room had tumors all growing out of their faces. But
Right.
they,
third eye like that fish in The Simpsons.
that's our third Elephant Man of the week.
Is he on the hot seat?
Your popcorn's done. Let's do a couple more.
Yeah.
These are pretty good. I will do like 4 more.
Okay.
Lawrence Taylor.
What's you?
He just did microwave.
I did microwave.
Oh, did
yeah.
you? Motherfucker.
LT.
I think Willie's older than LT.
He is not.
Damn. 58?
59. So
Close.
they're close in age.
Right.
You
You
here's one. Email.
Oh, Willie's got to be older than email.
Is that what you're going with?
Yeah.
Yes, Willie is older than email.
Email, I'm going to say
Shit.
75.
71.
How about that
Wow.
World Wide Web? Willie's older than the web.
Well, we're all older than the World Wide Web.
No, we're not.
Yeah, World Web's from the 80s
That's true. Fuck.
How's email come before that, though?
because they would do
Inner
would
office.
it was just inner office.
Oh,
and
like
stuff.
inner office mail. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
okay. Yep. Okay.
Teflon or Willie.
Well, let's see. They got the UFO in 47.
I love it. 'Cause that's what my dad says this shit all the time. Well,
Right.
you know they got the LED lights off the goddamn Roswell crash. It's like, and now I got him in my garden. Those guys
Yeah. I got them in my fucking oh my god.
you know the
My
next
condo complex put fucking LED night lights on on all the fucking
Yep.
buildings.
Are they
right?
bright?
oh, they're
Holy
bright as shit.
Fuck. I got tan. Like it's terrible. Like I wake up, I don't even have to turn on any more lights at night because all that shit fucking it's terrible.
Every once in a while, a plane comes low. Oh, shit. I'm going to run away.
Exactly.
That's what the aliens are gonna come back. It's like
Right.
they're gonna be here. What happened to all the fucking LED lights? They're everywhere.
What do I land? What do I land?
Those were landing lights only.
I think Willie's older than Teflon.
Teflon is older than Willie.
Damn.
Yeah, I thought so because they use it in military stuff, I thought.
Uh,
Maybe not, though.
This is just Teflon in general, and then Teflon pans were later,
Okay.
but still before Willie.
50s.
When do you think Teflon was invented?
51.
1938.
Get the fuck out of here.
That's why it's good. I love doing these ones because
Right.
they're hard.
38. Wow.
And we'll do, I think, 2 more. Adam Sandler.
Oh. He's got a new movie out on Netflix. Supposed to be really good.
Adam Sandler or Willie?
I'm going to say
Willie.
Willie's older.
He is older.
Sandler would be, I would say, 68.
No, 66.
Okay.
A little older. Last one for this time. AstroTurf.
Mm.
Willie's older than AstroTurf.
Barely.
Barely.
Barely older than AstroTurf.
Dude, that is a great game.
Willie's older than fake grass.
Oh my God, I got a ton of them.
Do one more. Do 2 more.
I'll find some funny ones down. Let's see. Because I got a lot of foods and other things. We didn't get into a lot of those. Cadbury eggs or Willie?
Terrible. Cadbury eggs are terrible.
That's why
you like those?
No.
Do you like those, Ed?
No, they're too. It's sugar.
It's like the runny middle. It's like yolk. No, it's not. It's Well, it's like nasty.
It's like grainy
It's
sugar.
like the Malort of Easter candy.
No, but close.
It's the Malort.
I'm gonna
That's
say
great.
Cadbury eggs are older than Willie.
They are not. Willie is older than the Cadbury.
I'm gonna say
Buck, 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 buck,
73.
Willie. No.
62.
63.
63. Willie was born in 62.
Let's see. I got tons of them here.
Well, bring them out,
Cool,
boy.
Cool Whip
Cool Whip.
Ooh, cool.
or Willie.
Fuck, that's gonna be hard. I'm gonna say Cool Whip is older than Willie.
Willie is older than Cool Whip.
Get the fuck out of here!
That's why I love this.
Tony's gonna love that.
Willie's older than Cool Whip. What year? Cool Whip, you think?
I don't fucking know. It's got to be like 67,
66.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Can you believe that it's that late?
I thought he was gonna say Kool-Aid.
How about
oh
yeah.
How about the quarter pounder or Willie?
Willie's older than a quarter pounder.
He is older.
I agree.
Because they started with cheeseburgers when they started
and
McDonald's.
and the Big Mac and the Whopper.
Yeah,
and Taco Bell.
I'm gonna
It
go.
all came later.
The year
Yeah.
quarter pounder was invented was probably like 72.
Yeah, 71.
Yeah.
Where you're right on.
The year I was born.
God, he knows his shit food.
I watched those Food That Built America
Right.
shows,
Yeah,
and then
I know you do like those.
well, the one movie that Michael
Super Size Me.
Michael Keaton,
Oh,
where he played the Ray Kroc.
yeah.
oh, I never saw that.
That was good.
The chief or what?
What's
Something
it
like
called?
that.
It's
The boss or what?
Yeah, it's good.
Is
It was
it?
how he
The founder.
the founder.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Check it out. Yeah, it's pretty
Okay.
good. If you like, it's like Story of McDonald's, how he kind of the Kroc brothers, or the two brothers that started up, not the Kroc, he was Kroc. The brothers
McDonald brothers.
Yeah, McDonald's. He kind of they didn't want to.
He
he
just
was-
wanted the name.
He was a shake machine salesman,
Was he really?
Ray Kroc. Yeah, and he kind of went in, he got the name, and he decided to go global, like franchise, because the brothers don't want a franchise. He tried talking about, well, I'll just do the. And you gotta watch it. It's interesting.
Okay.
He kind of shacked him a little bit,
kind of.
He did.
Yeah.
But
They kind of dug their own grave,
Yeah.
though. They didn't.
they didn't see what he
Yeah.
saw.
Right.
UPC symbols.
Willie. Willie's older than UPC.
He isn't older.
Yeah, because I listened to this podcast everything everywhere at once, and they had a podcast about that.
Really?
Yeah.
It was from the 70s.
Yes.
It was that late. You even think about it, when we were kids,
Like 70.
you had to go up and there was a number. I mean, it was the price. It was a
Right.
price tag.
Mhm.
Right.
Well, like a Century in the first few years, we had to actually price the stuff.
Yeah, you had to
we
put
had,
the
we had to
little
open the box and
gun. Yep.
price
Right.
everything, and then like the last few years I worked there, we finally got scanners,
Right.
which was awesome.
I did say credit card, right?
Yeah.
Okay, erase that one. Let's
Playboy.
See, now those are good. I haven't got that far yet.
I know. Nah, never mind.
The Etch-a-Sketch.
Oh, that's Willie's older than that. No, Etch Sketch's older than Willie.
Well, like in the 40s.
Yeah.
No, 1 year.
Oh, really?
1960.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Why don't I think? Oh, Tinker Toys.
I thought I was older though too. Then, yeah.
1960.
Let's see what's been around forever here.
Willie.
Chips Ahoy.
Ooh.
I don't know. Oh well, I got to guess. You can guess. I guess last one. It's yours.
I'm gonna say Chips Ahoy or
That's what I would have said.
Willie's older than Chips Ahoy.
God damn.
Wow.
I'm waiting for the Oreos.
I haven't got that far yet.
Cool Whip.
What year was Willie born?
61.
61.
Because we're 71, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, geez. Let's see. I got so many of them here.
Nike.
We already did. Oh, TV remote. I already did that one.
Fire. What's older, Fire or Willie?
Morse code.
Andy Reid or Willie.
Well, there's pictures of Andy Reid in the kick, punt, and pass.
Yeah, I think Andy Reid's older.
I'm gonna say Wilson is older than Andy Reid.
I say he's older.
Andy Reid's older.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's like 63, I think.
Yeah, it's not much.
No.
It's
Was it? He was born in 59?
58. Yeah.
58. Okay.
Yeah, let's. And I'll do
Close, though.
one last one.
Andy Reid looks way better too. No offense, Willie.
How about Post-its?
Oh,
Wilson is older than Post-its.
I agree.
much older.
Yes.
Yeah, poster like a 1970s.
70s.
I'll say 80.
74.
Yeah,
okay.
it was an actual mistake too by the 3M company.
Yeah.
So I watched Charles in Charge. There's a whole channel on one of those back things. That is fucking awful.
What?
I'm Charles in Charge.
That's a great show.
Awful.
Scott
acting-
Baio?
Dude, we're better actors than those
No,
guys.
that's a great show.
So Willie Ames or Willie.
He just died. Didn't he?
Willie.
Didn't he just die?
I don't think so.
Did he OD'd or something?
Yeah,
or no, as a kid, Adam Rich just died.
Yeah.
So 8 is enough.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're right.
Willie Ames.
Willie Ames, who was on all the way back to 8 is enough, or Willie.
I think Willie.
Willie.
I think Willie. You think Willie's older?
I think Willie's older.
I think Willie Ames. I think Willie Ames is older.
I do too.
Willie Ames is 1 year older. But if you think about how long he's been on
Look up.
TV,
Look up what Willie Ames looks like. Look up side by
yeah,
side.
now see what. Conan O'Brien or Willie.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say Willie's older.
Willie's
Conan
older.
O'Brien.
Yeah, Willie's older.
Yep, by 2 years.
There you go.
So
Letterman, Willie's still older.
Birth control, the pill, or Willie.
Well, obviously Willie's older because they would use it probably if they.
That's a good one to finish on.
I'm gonna say birth control. Willie's older than birth control.
I agree.
Birth control's older.
Oh, okay.
What?
54.
Okay.
The pill.
Well,
So let's save some for next week.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That was fun.
Oh my.
that was entertaining.
Yeah, that worked out really well.
We should bring our own every week and see if we can stump people.
If you can find some for Will, I mean, I'm just trying to find. I'm looking for more celebrities and musicians and stuff.
I
No,
thought
I haven't got
the food ones are fascinating.
the food ones are tough because
Post-its, right.
you think, when you see these brands,
Right.
all these brands, you think 40s, 50s.
Right.
They're not. There's a
No.
lot of them are new.
Right. You got to remember 60 years for us is
Yeah, for us it seems like it's a long time,
Right.
but it was when we were kids. This even like what's typical. What you remember, like the first brands that like Doritos. I remember we first got Doritos. Like, what is this?
Jolt Cola.
That was in the 80s
Right.
though.
I-
No, I'm saying that
Right.
there was stuff that
I mean, for me, Sesame. I mean, you talk about brand. I mean, Sesame Street to me was a brand. It's like that's the first thing I can remember.
I didn't check to see if that's older than Willie, but I'm gonna guess it's not.
Willie's older than Sesame.
Yeah,
Street.
I think that started in the
He's gotta be
70s.
six-
That's
right
I want to
around-
say 68 or 69.
Yeah, probably right before we were born.
Right.
I like the Electric Company better.
Oh yeah,
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
He was awesome.
was he on there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Electric Company,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Was it? It was Morgan Freeman and Rita Moreno, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, they were on Electric Company.
What was that? What was and one of the things? Was that the one that had shh
Yes.
it
Yes.
shit?
Yeah. Yes.
They didn't do that. They didn't do that word, but yeah, that's what
Right.
they did.
Be like,
Shush.
holy,
Oh,
holy!
oh, sorry. I said uck. Did you say?
I just made
I
something
said
up.
uck. They went together. I thought we were doing naughty words. Electric Company. I thought of something. I thought of something I want to do every week,
Chocolate,
but Anna. I thought of something I want to do, but I can't remember now. So I'll have to try to remember. It was like a cool little thing. Well, to me it was, but
obviously so cool you forgot it.
I don't remember. I'll remember eventually. I should have wrote it down. I don't write stuff down, so
That's I got this app, so I constantly, anytime I'm on the toilet, I forget a lot of stuff because I'm not always on the toilet. But yeah,
I started writing stuff down too this week too. So I
Oh,
like to
it's
do
fun.
like best thing I ate this week. It'd be fun.
Oh, that'd be cool.
that
Yeah,
is great. Yeah.
that's a good one too. Best thing I ate.
Right.
How about the best thing? The best thing, and you guys pick like the best show you watched,
Right.
something you ate, or
Ooh.
do something like that. The best thing, and we'll go around the best thing. So, what the best thing for you this week? Or the best thing I ate, or the best thing I watched, or the best thing I saw,
Like the
or
pimento cheese chicken sandwich.
did you eat it?
No.
I got it.
How was it?
I tried. Legit.
Yeah.
It's pretty tasty.
Yeah.
Yeah. The pimento was legit. It was good. I think it'd be better on it was good, and I would get it again, but I'd bet on a burger.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I've done homemade burgers. I've done hot dogs.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, it was good.
He was raving about that pimento.
Yeah, it was solid.
Yeah,
It was
I'll have to
solid.
make it for a show. I saw some chip company has Chicago style hot dog chips.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw it on like Instagram or something like that. I couldn't save it fast enough to find out what company. It
Well, they'll
was.
be in Menards in 3 months, so
Yeah.
it's all leftovers.
When it was
and
Frito
I'll buy
Lay, I
them
want
then.
Frito Lay. One of their flavors they're doing.
No, it's
No?
like brand I've never heard of.
Okay.
Like, Zappos or
Zappos is
no.
Oh, but I understand. Okay.
Right.
Zappos has great chips.
Yeah.
Remember we had all those wrap
The
chips?
Cajun ones and stuff.
Fuck yeah.
The wrap chips are awesome too.
The wrap chips were good.
They have them all at if you want wrap chips, they have them all at the Hometown Meats gas station in there. At Hometown
You know
Meats
where
on
I
60th. Yeah.
find stuff at Menards when they start piling it up in that back area with all the food, and you'll run into weird stuff. I think there was like a Larry the Cable Guy chip one day, like barbecues. Oh, jeez, don't start. Bob Barker.
Who's older?
Oh, Bob Barker. We didn't talk about Bob Barker, did we?
Did we talk? We talked about him dying. Yeah, because I made a joke. Remember?
Oh yeah.
I said I'll bet one.
Yeah, you're right.
We were guessing ages.
Who's older?
Willie.
I was going to make that. That was actually going to be the joke I was going to do it, but we were having too much fun.
So Jimmy Buffett and Bob Barker in the same few days span.
This week.
One more.
And Bray Wyatt from WWE.
I will say,
yeah.
I had to haven't had the show since, but my
Terry Funk. Yeah.
Man, my buddy, Joe Canamian. You know Joe, right?
Yeah.
His mom passed away.
I was gonna say you're gonna say Joe. I'm like, what?
No. His mom passed away, so yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
She's a great person. She was cool. Yeah. So I think that's Saturday I gotta go. Or Friday, I think it is. So
yeah, Joe's a great man.
Yep.
Yeah, he is.
So anything else?
I'm good.
Closing thoughts, Ed?
Let's see what I got. Anything right off the hand here. I don't want to say that. That's horrible. I don't know. No car chases this week. That's an up.
Yeah,
that's, I mean,
Jenny saw it right by her.
Here,
she was driving on Green Bay Road. She was stuck behind someone on Green Bay Road, 3 lanes, and she was going to go over, but she couldn't because the person was driving like 35, and she was like kind of behind him. There was a car here, so she can't get over. And all of a sudden, a car goes flying by. And she's like, "Oh, that guy's in a hurry!" And all of a sudden, 5 cops behind him.
Yeah,
on
he's
Green Bay Road.
on a hurry back to Illinois.
Yeah, it was an Illinois car too.
Oh, for sure it is.
Green Bay. It was on Green Bay Road, middle of the day. Middle of the day.
It's was that on a weekend? Or
someone's gonna get hurt. That's a bad thing.
Oh, someone's gonna get killed.
Yeah,
I mean, it's bad. You got to be careful out there. And
Yeah.
it's not so much. 31 hasn't been too bad. It's been these back roads because Sheridan's closed, and a couple of these
Is it
are
still
blocked.
closed?
So
Is it still closed down there?
I think it is. I think the bridge is still out. But there's cars cutting through like 39th and stuff like. I had one run, at 39th where you got the 2 lanes pull up on each side.
Yeah.
And I had 3 cars in the one, and sometimes a guy will pull up on the side.
Yeah.
I had a car just run it like from 3 back. And it was an Illinois car. And I was turning because I was coming from the shop going home. So he just ran the stop sign like past 3 cars, like he's an Illinois guy, probably going to get his drugs or whatever. Yeah, I could see his eyes, and I was going to push him right into the ditch. And he was not, you could just see him like, oh shit, because I wasn't stopping. He hits my truck.
You don't care.
I don't give 2 shits. It's like $11 in damage. I'm like, he see that truck. He's like, oh,
actually, if you hit your truck, it'll bump the rust off, make it look new.
He was like, I say that truck ain't gonna stop.
What's fucking Legger in Kenosha?
I say,
I gotta get back to Illinois. I say, Foghorn Leghorn said that.
No, the judge is not gonna be happy with this one. It would be constable. I think he would say constable would not be. Okay, go on, Timmy.
How can I top that?
How do I just made that up?
I'm gonna close out with Rose Zhang. I don't know if you guys are aware of her. She's the one that broke Tiger Woods' records at Stanford.
Oh yeah.
She was the first rookie to win her first LPGA tournament since 1954. The Solheim Cup captain, Stacey Lewis, picked her for the team. So to cap off an awesome year for her, she gets to play in the Solheim Cup.
This isn't the 18-year-old, is it?
Yeah.
That is 18. Okay,
Yeah.
So I brought her up about a month and a half back
Yeah.
when she got called up from college or
Right.
whatever it was.
When she graduated or left or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Left Stanford.
So she made the Ryder Cup for the
women
LPGA.
right, Solheim
Nice.
Cup. Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah. So way to kick off an
That should have been on your good.
Well,
that's a great one.
Javier Assad has been keeping the Cubs afloat, so one or the other.
Yeah, that's true too.
Gotta go with
another young guy.
Gotta go with my first love. The second one's Asian.
All these young.
Ooh, you and Deshaun Watson.
I'm kidding.
That reminds me. I got to recharge my computer.
Okay, I got no closing. After that, I got nothing. I say, it's time to go. So once again, we're the Basement Benchmarks podcast. You got have a great week for Tim and Ed. I am Scott, and take care, everybody.
Bye.
I hate goodbyes.
Sorry, folks. Park's closed.
What happened? I blacked out.
Because we did something today that no one thought we could do, including us. So we're going out, we're celebrating, and we're going to rub it in this city's face.
I swear I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, but that was awesome. Bye, Felicia.
Kids, there's Big Ben and there's Parliament.
I'd give him more buys than highs.
Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end.